Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the Cleveland to LA podcast. How y'all motherfucking doing today?
I am doing well.
All right.
Really?
that might have been the worst sentence
Ever.
Very well.
This is TB. What's up, y'all?
Tim, every time we're going to put this up, it's going to be Tim or Pops.
No, it's TB.
It's going to be Tim or Pops.
TB.
It ain't never going to be
Mama
that.
call me TB.
Your mom ain't never called you that. We had this conversation every recording.
Right. And every time you forget.
I never forgot.
He's here.
She never called you that.
She did.
This Ryan. This is the Cleveland to LA podcast, like I said.
Back again, another week.
Back again another week. You know, it's been a lot of shit going on. NBA starting this week.
I'm hyped.
NFL it's the fourth week, but
yeah, you might just be starting for you.
it's starting for me.
It just
Fantasy, because I'm gonna get a win this week.
You know what?
Whatever. That ain't happening this week.
So it's starting for me this week.
Yeah, it ain't happening this week.
He plays his dad, just so you guys aren't aware. So
I'm playing my dad. Yeah. We got the MLB playoffs starting, and they started a couple days ago. So yeah, it's a lot of big news going this week. We got the Kanye shit we gonna talk about.
Something wrong with him.
More Trump shit. Did y'all get the text message today? Y'all got the text message? Okay, well he sent out a.
Oh yeah, I did.
He sent out a group text.
Yeah, I did get that text message.
It really was a group
That
text.
nigga sent out a group text today.
The world was on one chat, dude.
He sent out a group text.
I think it sounded like the emergency beacon. Or
Yeah, like what's wrong with this nigga, man? Like
he like
sound like the Amber Alert. Like,
Yeah. He's like, look,
I ain't got nothing else to do.
they won't let me push that button, so I'm gonna push this button.
yeah.
Not the red button, just the button next to it. Right.
I'm bored today. Melania ain't talking to me.
It really was weird.
Can't get
though.
none of the kids to talk to me.
I tell you.
You know?
I had no pussy in years because I can't just grab him no more. I can't just grab pussy no more. So I had no pussy in years.
Right.
Apparently, I got to pay for it.
He been having to pay for it.
Can't use the.
Shit, we gonna go. Let's go with football first.
Sounds good.
Nah, we gonna fantasy. We'll get fantasy.
That's what I thought you meant.
We'll get fantasy out the way. We'll get fantasy out the way.
So let's talk about it.
Let's talk
Your
about
fantasy
it.
is that
Let's
you're going to
talk
win the
about it.
game?
First things first. I'm 2-2. I have the best record
Out
in
of
this
us
podcast.
three. Out of us
in
three,
this
yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
It's not that
But
impressive,
that don't
but I have
matter.
the best
Yeah,
record.
that shit don't matter.
And the guy that talks the most has
That
the
shit
worst
don't
record.
matter.
Let's just
You're
put
right.
it out there.
You're right. But I've been getting fucked over by
0-4.
by
Yeah,
the
right.
fantasy guys.
They
Every week.
just don't like you.
Every week I've been getting fucked over by the fantasy guys.
You ain't did shit to change, so this week they will fuck you over.
That's what I'm
again.
saying.
No, I did. I changed my defense, and I'm playing you. So I was sure that is going to help me out.
That's not gonna help you.
That's
out.
going to help me
The
out.
defense will probably give up like 20.
No, I got
the first quarter.
I got Carolina defense this week. So
And again, who do they play?
I think it's Arizona. It's either Arizona. No, it's the Giants. I said it's the Giants.
And the Giants about to have a breakout.
They just might against him.
They about to
And
have a
OBJ,
breakout.
who he isn't
Right.
playing,
If-
is going to have 100 yards in the first half.
If that's the case, I might actually quit. The Giants ain't played good all fucking year.
And they about to put up 50.
And if they go out and put up 50,
It's going to be like that
if they don't-
Buccaneers
if they, look, they
Bears
can
game.
win, but if they don't win, if it's not 9-6 with 6 turnovers and motherfucker they kick 3 field goals and they got sacked 10 times, if that's not how they won, I'm gonna be mad as fuck.
You might just delete the app.
I'm gonna delete the app, nigga.
They about to put up 50 for real.
Cause them motherfuckers been trash.
Yeah, they have.
They've been trash all year.
all year.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't looking good.
Right,
man.
and this going to be Saquon Barkley going to run for like 250.
Man, it
4
better not happen.
4 touchdowns.
I'm telling you, I'm deleting the app.
Dude,
I'm deleting
it
the
just
app.
might happen, though. That's
Yeah,
the
it
funny
might.
part.
I've been having some bad luck, man. 4 weeks in a row. The defense been killing me. The craziest part is defense was my idea.
It was his idea.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you this past week?
No, that's not what happened this week. But the first 3 weeks, defense been fucking killing me.
Yeah.
And it was my fucking
You're
idea.
doing.
Yeah. I did it to myself.
That's all right.
I did it to my fucking
We got
self.
10 more weeks.
We do got 10 weeks.
More L's. So,
Nah, I feel like this is the week.
yeah, I heard that last week.
Get off the snide. Huh?
Yeah, this is the week. I prayed to the fantasy guys, and the fantasy guys was like, okay, we got you this week. You've been putting in hard work.
And then they're going to be like, psych.
They
Right,
better not
though.
be
They going to
like
really
that. They better not be like psych. We're going to have a real talk. We're going to go up there and have a face-to-face if them niggas like psych.
It just might.
If they like psych, because it ain't
It's
been
all right,
fair.
though.
It ain't been fair.
You won't win. You won't lose every game this season. Just don't worry.
The way it's looking, I might. Every time I'm supposed to have 40 points by a player, or 30 points by a player, or 20 points by a player, they either get fucking hurt, He not throwing the ball this week.
I know the feeling though. I tell you that
not throwing the ball this week. Well, you had a guy that
I had 2.
you had a 70 guy. You had almost 80
on
points.
the bench though.
On the bench still.
Yeah. And then I had
That's
I
crazy.
lost.
That's 2 weeks in a row that you had a guy that put up almost 80 points.
But that's all something about that. I was like, look, it may not have been all right that I didn't play him, but it's good to know I have 2 guys that are potentially able to do it.
Yeah.
And this last week.
The way this league set up.
Yeah.
And then last week, the guy I played, he had 2 players that put up over 40 points.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah.
Big week.
Yeah.
Big week. What I didn't have nobody put up 40 points. Not one person.
On the whole team, including the quarterback?
Tom Brady had.
You should have lost. Yeah, you should have lost.
37 because he threw 2 picks.
You deserve to lose.
No, I said the guy was playing.
No.
You know, he was just
But yeah.
talking about my team.
What about on the bench?
No. My bench was Carson Wentz, and I had Josh Gordon on my bench.
Yeah,
and I had Kerryon Johnson on my bench. But
I
Josh
see
Gordon really do shit.
I see he's starting Josh Gordon this week.
Yeah, I'm starting Josh Gordon this week.
he's
I might start Josh Gordon this week. All depends.
He's not doing shit.
Especially if Gronk is out, I think he will. If they have a bad, because the Colts are terrible in defense. So hopefully, they throw him some bombs. They throw him some bombs, like shit.
They're not throwing that nigga no ball.
Brady ain't throwing it past.
Longer than 30 yards this year. They got to. You got to open the defense up. Open the offense up.
Well, Edelman plays this week.
He ain't gonna catch no bomb.
Edelman plays.
Edelman does
It opens
play.
up the
So it should open
a
it
little
up.
bit more.
Edelman plays.
And especially if Gronk and Gordon play.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I think I'm play Carson Wentz though, because Carson Wentz put up more points for me last week. He had like 44,
You can put
45.
25 up there.
Yeah, I got
feel it.
Cam back playing.
Yeah, I got the defense, so hopefully they
Against the Giants.
against the Giants. Yeah, so hopefully
And I'm playing the Browns because they're playing Buffalo.
you playing the Browns
That
defense.
don't mean nothing now.
Yeah, Buffalo.
just
Well,
shut
last
out
week, no,
to
they
you.
went back to they had Roberto last week.
But you know what's so crazy?
They
Like,
had fucking Roberto.
I love the
but
work.
that
they make.
wasn't
I love
even
it.
like an impressive.
Roberto.
Well, I guess that's Green Bay more so.
Yeah.
They didn't
The
look
Browns defense is actually really good.
Well, last week they was trash.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Last
they
week
got
they
put up
was
40.
trash. It wasn't all they fought, but last week they was trash.
Some of that, the Browns kept turning the ball over. I was just watching them implode. I'm
Yeah.
like, watch.
Oh man, I died.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
dying laughing at
Yeah.
that game, bro. Fucking
I was like,
dying.
they're imploding right here in front of you.
Yeah,
In front of you.
in front of your eyes.
My whole Twitter, because it's a bunch of people from Cleveland on my Twitter, couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Couldn't fucking
thought
believe
I
it.
was in there watching my Facebook, like,
That's
you're
almost-
like, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
It's almost
yeah.
like that. What was that insurance commercial?
You almost had it.
Yeah.
You gotta be quicker than that. All of them was fucking up, man. I need to
Alright.
put a towel down on that shit. It's like motherfucking table.
He thought he was having their first road win. Not today.
I don't know. Baker played good though. Besides the turnovers.
The turnovers.
I mean, he didn't play bad, but I mean, he had the
Yeah, he
turnovers.
did.
That,
I
Turnovers
don't think
make
it
you
was
play
turnovers.
bad.
the two costly ones was the fumbles.
yeah, but the picks. I mean,
Yeah,
he
the
does
one-
throw
oh,
the
shit.
ball pretty hard though.
The one pick was terrible though, because they were going to drive down, and he just shot it down the air. I think they got the signals crossed, Callaway and Baker, and he shot it all the way down. They picked it off. Where I don't think you needed that because you still had like 13 some odd seconds, so you could have threw a sideline route, anything out of bounds besides throwing that bomb. So I think that one was bad, and then he had 2 fumbles, which aren't all his fault, but.
Ball security, son.
When you fucking turn the ball over on the what was it, the 10 and then the 20?
20 something like
Is
that.
that? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
bad.
you're gonna lose.
I remember that.
You're gonna fucking lose.
Unless you're playing the Browns and you turn the ball over 6 times. Then you tired.
Clearly, the
And then you
Steelers-
fucking time. Yeah.
Clearly, the
Then you
Steelers
tired.
can't handle.
But they should have went out and ran the ball. So we're gonna go ahead and switch into football because the Browns should have ran the ball. They dropped them back on the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
They should have ran the ball because
Yeah.
Carlos Hyde is top. I think he's top 5 running back this year.
But
He
dude,
was yards.
here's the thing though. The backup. Did you see him?
What's his name?
Chubb.
Nick
Yeah,
Chubb.
Chubb.
Yeah, Nick Chubb.
He came in one play and took it to the house.
He had two. He had two. Like he had a 43 yard and a 60
yard.
yard.
He ran for over 100
should-
yards with 2 touchdowns.
You know what I noticed though?
On 3 carries.
Yeah,
on
but
3
we know what's so
carries.
crazy about that?
Yeah.
I guess it's like a respect thing because they told him when he got there he'd be the guy.
Okay.
Because Nick Chubb should have got more carries that game.
Well, I mean, what's his name is a bell horse though. Carlos Hyde is a bell horse.
That's fine. But after that 64-yard run, because I had Carlos Hyde, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, this thing ain't about to get no more carries.
Uh-huh.
And sure enough, he did, but
Well, didn't he have over 100 yards?
Yeah, because they're both together.
I don't think so.
He didn't.
I don't think he had any yards.
Did he have a
He had,
touchdown?
like-
He had
he
but-
had like 80-something yards.
or something like that. But Nick Chubb had like 3 carries for 105 yards.
Yeah.
And my thing is, why are you giving the ball more?
Well, I don't know if they were. him having those 3 carries.
They're all efficient carries. Though.
Yeah, but the one carry was like 1 yard or something like that. So they weren't.
But how had a couple of them though throughout the game?
Yeah, because he's getting more touches. So of course they're in different situations.
I got you. But they should have carried. They should have gave the ball.
Yeah,
and I had calls high.
I know. I'm saying the running game was fine. The running game wasn't a problem.
Just saying, man. They would have kept the lead longer.
No, the running game wasn't a problem, but they should have ran the ball more. Like that drive that I think it was a 24-13 or 24-14. They come out or 26. It might have been 26-14.
Throw the ball,
and they on the 10-yard line. Yeah, run the ball.
Even
if you punt the ball away, you run the ball. You go play defense.
Time off the clock.
Yeah.
Play defense.
Go play defense. Steelers.
I don't know about it.
And they dug in a hole. They was down 14-0 to start the fucking game out. So they dug in a hole, and then they played good in the first half. And in the second half, he had vertigo. He couldn't fucking complete a pass to save his life. The whole second half was him missing wide open throws, him throwing the ball low, him throwing the ball high, him throwing the ball to everybody else. It was just it
was a bad day.
It was a bad second half, man. He does lead the league in yards. No, in yards.
Yeah,
yards. He leads the league in yards, but that second half was terrible. And I know the Ravens defense is good, but I think he threw 2 picks that were
ugly picks.
They were bad. They were stare downs.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, you're too seasoned to do that. You're 2 seasons to do that. Like the dude was in the throwing lane, he just jumped it, standing right there, just walked right into the fucking passing lane. Like, bro, you too seasoned to do that. To do that twice, and then fucking before that, I think it was JJ.
He threw 1 pick.
He threw 1 pick. Okay, so the one you just he walked into him, and then
I'll say this: how much are they missing Bell, or you don't think it mattered this game? Well, what's name at 19 yards, Rachel?
No,
I mean, I know you said they were in a hole in the beginning really fast.
But that's the reason why you're not running the ball, because they're already in the hole. But they tied the game up and still could have came out running the ball, but they came out and then had a bunch of incompletions. So they didn't have no drives to go. They had no drives that continued down the field. Because he was either turning the ball over or was incompleting the ball.
All right.
So and then I think it was Jesse James that had the one where he took it from him.
No, that was
was it Vance McDonald?
Yeah, it was
Vance McDonald.
What happened?
He just took the ball. He caught the ball and he took it.
He just like, give me that.
Nigga took it
I'm
from
going
him.
the other way.
This is the same dude that stiff arm Chris caught it?
Right. Same dude that gave the crazy stiff arm.
Got his
Willie this shit. Like, man, it was a touchdown before they called it back.
Like, give me your lunch, dude.
But he had touched him on the ground. I'm like, God damn, man.
Last I heard, Le'Veon Bell somehow week 7. Who knows if that's?
I wouldn't. But I mean, that was 855,000.
That's what I'm saying. He missing
that
money a little bit.
It's a lot of money.
He missing it a little bit.
But then, after you saw what happened with Earl Thomas this week,
that's why.
But that was the thing. This was after that. That's what I heard.
No, I'm saying that's why I wouldn't.
No, right.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Why I definitely wouldn't come back until 11.
It may have. Look, money has to be involved at this
But
point.
he might still come back and then practice and then I got an injury. He might still do that just to collect the game check.
got turf toe.
Yep, just to collect the game check. Because I wouldn't walk back in that locker room.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I would, if my guy's not behind me like Bobby Wagner was behind Earl Thomas, fuck them. Because they could have took the exact same approach Bobby Wagner took. Right. But they took the fuck nigga.
What did Bobby Wagner say?
He said
after
he broke his leg.
Yeah.
He said either you come in and you're not a team guy, or you come in and you get hurt. So it's a lose-lose situation. And he was saying that
he wouldn't have did it, right?
Not that he wouldn't have did it. He just that you're either the bad you're the bad guy or you get hurt. Yeah, you're the bad guy, you get hurt. Yeah. And
so what do you think about
Le'Veon Bell said he would be the. It's cool.
He'll
fight that guy. He'll fight the fight for.
So why do you think he flicked off?
He'll fight the fight.
Oh, okay.
He'll continue to fight the fight.
So what do you think about him giving the Seattle side the finger after he broke his leg? What do you think that meaning was?
What do I think it was? What I think the meaning was? It was fuck Seattle. It was exactly what he did. It was fuck Seattle. Because they wouldn't give him the extension and they wouldn't trade him. But I don't think he should have did it though. But I don't think it's gonna hurt him down the line.
I don't think it's gonna hurt him.
I don't think that's gonna hurt him down the line. I think the second broken leg of the same leg in 3 years is gonna hurt more than him giving them the finger. Because nobody's even talking about that right now. I know that's out of the news cycle, and I know they'll remember it when they come down in negotiations and stuff like that. But I think him breaking the same leg again off of a fluke ass play is gonna hurt him more than that middle finger.
I'm sure.
So
didn't know it was the same leg.
Same leg. It still got a rod in the leg. So that's gonna hurt him even more than the fucking. Because I probably gave him the finger too, man. I'd have been pissed off. I'd definitely been pissed off if I was Earl Thomas.
Yeah.
All y'all just trade me. I'm not gonna sign here no more. Y'all don't want me here for real. Y'all already dismantled the Legion of Boom. Besides me and Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner's not even a part of that, but one of the last guys that was from there,
right? From
that era. So why not just trade me? Get a pick, get a second round. Y'all do good in the draft, so get a second round pick for me. Y'all ain't gonna be shit this year. Y'all playing the Rams and about to get smoked.
The Rams don't look like they're playing around with nobody.
Man, the Rams
don't look like they're playing around with nobody.
That last year, they like, all right, we ain't gonna go all the way up and just lose.
Their defense not legit though. The defense not
Rams?
Legit. No.
I think their defense is.
They just gave up 31 to Minnesota.
They have an off week, but that's an off week. I think those boys, especially that front seven.
Well, I'm not saying they're not legit. They're not legit, but they just now started to get pressure. They only had 4 sacks this whole year, and they had 3 in the last couple drives. They had Aaron Donald had 2, Sue had 1. So they ain't been the line ain't been playing crazy. The way they should be, but because they really ain't been getting that many sacks, too many pressures. They've been getting pressures, but they ain't been hitting the quarterback. The defense, they've given up crazy touchdowns. Them DBs.
You can't hit the quarterback no more.
Well, this week I didn't see too many personal fouls. I didn't see too many roughing the passers. I saw a few, but I didn't see too many. And I watched a lot of football this week. And what's crazy, man, they hitting them harder in college.
Yeah.
They killing the quarterbacks in college.
Did you see that one?
Well, he don't like he broke his back.
Yeah. Just took him straight off his feet.
They killing them in college.
Drove him straight into the ground.
They fucking killing them in college. And in the NFL, tissue time.
Yeah, lay down.
Toilet paper time. Like cotton nail song.
I'm within 3 feet of you. You should go lay down. Yeah. If you feel like it.
You're right, if you feel like it. Not throw the ball. Complete the pass if you want to.
Exactly.
How y'all feel about Josh Allen having a vertigo? Josh Allen played bad. Rosen didn't look good.
Nah.
I need to.
So wait. We had an argument last week about Rosen and Allen.
Who?
Me and you.
Okay. We did. I wasn't gonna remember. I'd have been the Tito's.
So we had the argument last week.
Here's the thing. For me, I understand your point, but I'll just put it this way: as a rookie,
okay,
it's gonna be up and down, man.
No, I believe you.
It was gonna be up and down, and part of it is coaching, obviously. Okay.
What coaching he got in Buffalo?
Well, I've heard that the coaching staff is good out there, even though it's not an offensive-minded coach. But because clearly, I mean, what they did for Minnesota, clearly they got something going. But it's been up and down. It's going to be up and down. And you've seen highlights of or what he can do, Josh Allen. You know, he can clearly run the ball well enough. I mean, he jumped over a guy. I mean, he has an arm. It's all about honing it in, and they're an experience. Okay. And I think he'll be fine. But as far as Josh Rosen, I mean, it didn't look good for me. Just a little I've seen this past week, but I think his biggest thing is more so going to be being healthy. I think everything else he'll figure it out because I think he's a smart guy.
I don't think they got great receivers over there neither. But Buffalo don't have great receivers.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't either. So I'm not going to even go into that because their teams need work.
Josh Allen had a bad week too. His week wasn't great.
That's what I'm saying. So not going to count it. So
I'm gonna count it.
All right.
Because I've seen more from Josh Allen than I've seen from Josh Rosen.
Well, Josh Allen's played more, had more starts too.
I'm talking about from preseason up until now.
We don't talk about starting. All right. This is Josh Rosen's first game.
Okay.
Let's give it a few weeks.
All right, I give it a few weeks.
All right.
And then we'll
revert back to this.
Fair enough. Conversation.
Okay.
This
reminds me, who do you guys see winning Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year? Right now it's between Calvin Ridley, because he leading the league in touchdowns, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely in that conversation.
He got 6 or 7 receiving touchdowns.
First of all, he had 3 2 weeks ago. He had 1.
He had two. I think he had like 7.
He got 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Calvin, I know you're leading the league. He leading the whole league, not just rookies. He's leading the whole league in receiving touchdowns.
Right.
Saquon Barkley got like 3, and he probably like 10th in rushing right now. So it's only them two. Okay. Offensively, defensively is Denzel Howard for me. Denzel Ward, Denzel Ward from Cleveland.
Okay.
And yeah, those 3 guys are leading the conversation. Defensive Rookie of the Year awards. Mm. Well, where y'all want to go MVP? Who y'all got on that?
Jared Goff.
I don't know yet.
I can't. I personally, I just don't like the fact. Well, I think now they're starting to see it, but
yeah, take the mic.
But I think just the way you see that. I mean, I know that team is good and offensively, and I know the coach is clearly a mastermind, a genius. But not in every situation, it's not. You still need a guy to do it. Yeah, you really do. And
good finish.
The throws I seen him make just this past week, those were number one draft picks do.
Who I saw, and what's the name? They had an argument. I was watching some show. I think it was Colin Cowherd. He had an argument that it was just throw to the sideline that he put in between 3 guys. Yeah. And, and he said, what's his name? Kirk Cousins couldn't make that throw.
Yeah.
He made the exact same throw.
Really?
Against the Rams. So I'm not
saying that wasn't a throw I was impressed with, but I got you.
No, he made a couple, but that's what I'm saying. But the throw he was talking about, that he's saying Kirk Cousins is not that guy, is not a super.
Yeah, I remember listening to that.
Yeah, he made the exact same throw. So I'm not saying that Kirk Cousins. I know, I think Jared Goff is better, but he does have more around him.
And I think he
with the running game. But Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen are good.
Yeah.
What you? Is it Baker Mayfield?
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're not about to get this mic. Like,
if Mahorn.
That was my argument, man.
He's playing.
Oh, well, no,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's going to be Patrick Mahomes because the Rams are talented on both sides, so it's going to take away. It's going to take away from him. Plus, he got Gurley in the backfield. Not saying that he doesn't have.
Look, he got guys around him too, man.
Yeah, but his defense is like
terrible,
30 to 32.
But like you just said, they just gave up 30 points last week.
I know. I'm just saying, but they're still ranked higher than Kansas City defense. Kansas City is
defense
30 is 32.
The Rams defense is definitely better. The Rams defense is definitely better.
Yes. Yeah.
But
we're talking about
But I'm saying that's going to take away from Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's going to take away from Jared Goff.
You think so?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is
okay, but
right now. Patrick Mahomes
but Carson
and
Wentz,
everybody.
They had the best defense last year too, and he was,
in my eyes, I didn't think he was MVP.
Okay, but I'm just saying. So
I
are you saying personally that it'll take away?
No, I'm saying that his stats. He's 14-0 picks, most touchdowns in the first 4 games with no picks.
Right. Oh, you talking about Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. This is Patrick Mahomes right now, and I think the Denver win solidified him to as of right now. And this is what I said. I said they were gonna figure him out because they figured him out in the first half, and he couldn't complete passes. He was inaccurate. It was a couple balls that should have been picked off, but he's that guy that that motherfucker can do it all, man. I watched the one play where he threw it with his left hand on the run. I'm like, this motherfucker is ill.
That was something.
He's ill.
Yeah. He's been balling flat out.
It
helps that he can run too.
Denver did some stupid shit because it was second. I think it was 2nd and 30, and instead of playing coverage, these niggas played man. They played man, and he got out the pocket, completed a dart for 26 yards or something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then completed a pass, and then they got lucky with because it was 0 on the clock on the game clock. I know game clock on the
time
clock, play clock. And they didn't call it though. So then he threw another ball, a corner route for like 30 yards to get them to the goal line, and then hands it off to.
That's sad.
So, every opportunity he's had, he's fucking coming back. He's been down. Yeah, he's capitalizing. So right now he's far ahead.
I'll tell you what,
the guy.
I agree. I do agree. I actually don't know how I forgot, but I put Mahomes probably number 1 in the MVP voting. Right. But I think halfway through the season is going to really when teams start to, I don't want to say figure guys out.
No, right.
When they have enough film.
That's why I want to see. I want to see that loss. Once you get that loss, I want to see how you bounce back.
Yeah, I agree.
How you bounce back from that loss is going to show me who is going to be the MVP because neither one of these teams have lost.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point. Exactly. None of them have lost.
So whoever bounced back from this loss, their first loss, is going to be, and how they bounce back is going to show me more than right now because everything is going good right now.
Yeah. Well, at the same point in time, just because you have a loss doesn't mean that he played bad.
No, I'm saying how you bounce because a loss is a loss. A loss is a loss. So you bounce back from a loss. If you bounce back and then you have a shitty game, it starts. If it's like fucking what you see that because they're going back to Jameis now. If it's like
right. Oh, they said that?
Yeah, going back to Jameis.
Yeah, they said that the next day.
They're going back to Jameis. If it's like Fitzpatrick after that loss and he comes back and does what he did, they get beat by 4. It was 45-3. I think.
That was the Bears game, right?
Yeah, it was the Bears game. Where they had 6 touchdowns.
Dude, it was quick though. It was a quick blow.
It was a quick blow. So if you play like Fitzpatrick after a loss, that shows me more.
It does after the loss. That's really what it is about. Mm-hmm.
It shows your character, shows your fight.
Mm-hmm.
So now Jameis coming back. I said he would be back. He's
back
in there.
Back, man. I mean, they just tried to ride the hot hand. That's all.
Yeah,
and clearly Fitz does what Fitz do.
He did exactly. He had vertigo.
Will you stop using that?
I was about to say
word.
that must be the word of the day.
That's not even a word.
It's my word for this podcast. I might name the podcast.
Wait a minute. You telling me that's not even a real word?
No,
that's not a real word, dude.
It's not a real word. It's not a real word.
I'm tired of hearing that.
And you have a problem with calling me TB?
Yeah. Nobody ever called you that.
Everybody
y'all killed me. Y'all killed me for RJ, and nobody never ever called you TB.
Everybody calls me TB.
No, I've heard people call you Bullet. I've heard people call you everything but TB. Everything. I've never heard nobody
call you Bullet?
Because his head.
Yeah.
Because they used to call me Little Bullet too.
That's even funnier too.
They used to call me everything. Little Cam, Baby Cam, Bullet, everything.
Like what kind of bullet though? Like a
nigga. Like, let's break down the bullet head ass nigga. Like, fuck out of here.
9mm, like, sniper, nigga.
This nigga a metal jacket, nigga. Like, he like, bruh, shut the fuck up, man. This nigga is killing me.
Rocket launcher,
right? Rocket launcher head ass.
I'm sorry. No, I got.
This nigga got a grenade head ass, nigga. Nah, but for real.
Yeah.
Nobody ever calls you that, so. I've never heard not one person. No,
look,
I've been
man,
around
this
your
is what
friends.
he wants to be called.
I'm not gonna put that in. I'm not gonna put that in the description.
Do you honestly? Are you just being funny though? Because I don't think nobody call you that. But it's okay.
TB.
Who has ever called you TB? Like, I've been around a bunch of your friends.
Drew called me TB.
Who?
Drew.
Who is Drew?
He's made up a friend name.
Meech.
Nobody never called you that,
Drew,
man.
Meech. Let's see.
Call him up. Because that's what, like they do. Just call him up.
Call that nigga. Call these niggas, yo.
Start putting phone calls in it. You know what I'm saying?
Call these. Ain't nobody never called you that shit. Where was we going before we got into this conversation? I think it was an MVP. Was it MVP?
I mean, that was the last thing I remember. Yeah.
Okay, so
but Fitzpatrick and Jameis Winston. That was really the last thing.
Okay, yeah.
Imploded. And then he used the word vertigo. That's what it was.
Yeah, I used vertigo.
It's not a word.
I'm not.
But he's waiting for Webster to send him
I'm not going to stop
confirmation that the word is being added to the dictionary.
Vertigo.
But it's not. It's not going to be added, so we don't have to hear it anymore.
It don't matter. We starting some new shit on this podcast, nigga. What's up?
So we going.
What's up? What y'all got to say now?
So Jameis will be starting this week.
Yes, Jameis will be starting from here on out.
He can keep his job.
I think he keeps his job if he don't do nothing stupid, but I feel like they need to.
What did you just say though? What did you just say?
That's the problem.
Well, he ain't doing nothing stupid. They said 2.5 years. He's matured. So I'm gonna give him credit for that.
I think he's gonna have vertigo.
That nigga might. He might.
Vertigo.
But I think if he plays bad, if they start back, because I said Bucks is my sleeper team, and then Fitzpatrick or Fitz not Magic proved me wrong. That they're not my sleeper team, or they're not a good sleeper team, because one, their defense isn't that great, and then if they can't score, they can't score. So now they don't have offense or defense. So unless Jameis turns it around, they're coming in with a quarterback. They're coming in with a quarterback then. They got to.
Yeah, they'll definitely look at a quarterback.
Either to push him or to take the spot. So I think
he's about quarterback play.
I think he's a big year.
How y'all feel about Dak? You think it's the players around him, and he obviously I think he needs guys, but
obviously he has no receivers, and they're talking about bringing what's the name back?
Romo.
Dez.
Oh,
what they gonna do with Romo? They gonna put him in the slot. They're gonna be Cole Beasley.
Push him.
Right.
He can't
Off
golf.
the mountain.
He might as well
Clearly
give him-
can't golf. Yeah, that nigga cannot golf. You're right about that.
Give him something else to do. They don't want to hear him in the commentating.
You know what's crazy? How the fuck he retires and gets like the NFL CBS job.
Yeah.
Jason Witten retires and goes right into fucking Monday Night Football.
Yeah. It's Jerry Jones though. That's what they said. What it is. He has pool. That's why Troy Aikman. The
That's
guys from the Dallas
American team.
opportunity,
American
man.
team.
It's not just about being.
and Jason Witten ain't did a bad job though.
I don't think so
Honestly,
either.
he hasn't done a bad job. He's done a good job. Actually, Tony Romo has
And
done a
it's-
good fucking job too.
Yeah, other than the future
Both
prediction.
of those guys have done a good job. It just amazes me as soon as they
Oh, yeah.
retire.
They got some money on
They're
them.
not that
Well-
they got because a lot of
Well,
players.
top job.
But you get CBS
Yeah.
at the game of
One
the
of
week,
the main game.
and then you get Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
What is
But-
it?
but
Jason
you know-
Witten? Like, come on.
Tony Romo retired to get that job.
I get you.
Right.
Because he could have went and played for another team.
Like
got
Denver
you.
was trying looking for him.
I got you.
Right.
I got you. Still you don't have to. You don't get no. A lot of players have to warm up to something like that.
work their way up.
Yeah,
Start
warm
at the
up
bottom.
to-
A sideline
Maybe they just
report.
did. Maybe they just did good in the interview.
Just a little commentary on Saturday morning.
You don't
Sunday
think?
Yeah,
You don't think they
something,
did good in the
something.
interview?
Yeah.
I know, of course they did good in the interview. Of course that they
They
are
were blown away. That's what they
both
said.
honestly both of them have done a great job. I won't take nothing away from Tony
He
Romo.
calls the plays before the play happened.
He's
he
done
still
a
doing
great
that?
fucking job. But he's been right though. He's been right a lot.
Oh no, I know.
So
But I heard they were upset
he's done a
about
great
that.
job. Jason Witten has done a great job on Monday Night Football. It's just how long it taking him to put Booger McFarland on the sidelines.
Well,
Forever.
that probably had to go with the fact that his name is Booker.
Well, he too real. That nigga too real. I don't think he's gonna be there that long.
Yeah.
He too real.
This is gonna be his
That
little season.
nigga too real. Every time I hear him, he like, well, they did some fucked up shit. So Booger too real for these niggas, man. Like, well, we can't fire his ass in the middle of the season. Then they're gonna think we're racist. It's the NFL. Well, that nigga, he
get that
may need to
contract
dial
in.
back on the real because that nigga is too real, bro.
Yeah.
I like it though. I like it. He need to keep doing that shit. Hopefully
So-
they keep him on. I think Booger is good.
So again, you think it's more so the Dax players around him?
Do I think Dak's players around him is the reason why? Because he had a good game last week. What you asking me?
That he's not being more proficient, a better quarterback, better passer.
I think he needs to be. Okay. So top quarterbacks, Mahomes, great guys around him. Jared Goff, great team around him. Carson Wentz, great receivers around him. Give me another one. Breeze, great guys around him. Tom Brady, but he's still a good quarterback. But he has struggled this year, but he's still a good quarterback.
Right.
Matt Ryan, great guys around him.
Baker
See
Mayfield.
they decent. Those guys are decent. Callaway is pretty good. Jarvis
Andy
Landry's
Dalton.
all pro. Andy Dalton, great guys around him.
Roethlisberger. He
Great
got
guys
some
around
great
him.
guys.
Great guys around him.
Okay.
Because he wasn't. Remember, Roethlisberger was throwing the ball 13 times a game, starting his career off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, which he should have.
that's what I'm saying. So great guys around him. So just you follow where I'm going with.
Yeah.
Good quarterbacks, got good guys around him.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Tom Brady,
Yeah.
and he's in the middle of the pack right now
Yeah.
as a quarterback, as in completions and yards and touchdowns. He's in the middle of the pack.
You think that's the way the league is now,
I think
or you think?
I think it's a correlation. I think if you got good guys around you,
Yeah.
you're
better.
gonna be better.
Well, of course.
So
Of course.
I don't think we can judge Dak this year. I know he's not completing every pass, and he
But
looked
you know
bad
what?
in the first game.
There's
but
a lot
his
of drops,
receivers, his receivers are not. He doesn't have a sufficient number one.
Right. That can get open.
Right.
Great
I know
separation.
Cole Beasley believes he's
No,
open.
but he gets open in the slot, but that's not. They're gonna double that, and then what do you got to do? Then what else is there?
Right.
Who's gonna stretch it deep?
That's why they
gonna
need
be,
Dak.
It's gonna be Zeke every
That's
game.
why they need Dak.
Did
Stretching
you
it
really
deep.
call him back? Like, is that a real report?
Well, that's he said. I don't know if that's a real report, but he said he's welcome. He's open
He's
to
hoping
coming
they
in,
will call him back.
going back there. But that's not a deep threat. He's another possession receiver. But he's better than what they got.
Exactly.
He's better than what they got. So
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a correlation to having good receivers playing better, and your stats higher, and they're getting open, and all that shit it's a correlation.
It all connects
Yeah.
the dots.
Thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate it. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess we can't judge too much, but all I know is that I know they're talking about this could be the year they're talking about contract situations. So,
I mean, yeah, but I feel, but that's going to be a thing regardless. It's still that black quarterback stigma.
Yeah.
So that's why this is even in conversation, because you see down in Jacksonville, it's not a conversation. He got an easy contract, 45.
What's his name?
Blake Bortles. He got $45 million.
but they only get
And
like
he's trash.
15 a year though.
Look, turn it to the.
He's so
Mike.
ass.
You're only getting 15 a year, right?
They still extended his contract, and he's trash.
Yeah.
There's not a conversation about Blake
there
Bortles.
ain't no reason. Ain't nothing you can say to me that's gonna justify that.
They extended extended.
Extended five.
That's another
First, we
one.
got to revert to go.
That one was a slip of the
extended
tongue.
five.
That was a slip of the tongue.
Okay.
They extended.
I
They
thought
extended.
that might have
actually
been
kinda
one of those
funny.
Ali
That
words.
was funny.
Hydrotify.
Hydrotify. That's the funniest word in the world. Hydrotify. You got to hydrotify yourself. Shout out to Coach Ali.
Dude.
Shit. What I was about to say? Damn it, y'all. Man. Eli Manning has been trash. He's been trending in a trash, downward trash
Oh, for a while though.
for a while.
Yeah, for a while.
Contract extension.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it
He
ain't
got a
just-
contract extension?
Didn't he, like 2 years ago, he get a contract extension? And he was trash those 2 years ago.
I didn't know that.
He wasn't that trash.
Oh, you're right. He wasn't.
Trash-ish.
He was just trash.
He was trash-y?
Yeah,
He was
trash-ish.
trashy?
Trash-ish.
Okay.
You know, not trash, but trash-ish.
Okay.
Now he's trash.
Okay.
Then he was just trash.
Because he got guys around him. That's the one quarterback. He got guys around him.
He really does.
He got guys
He
around him
actually
from
does
Saquon to
But-
Odell,
but he's the
Sterling
all-or-nothing-
Shepard.
But he's the all or nothing guy.
That's the Sterling Sharper. Sterling Shepard.
Your words is just done tonight, ain't they?
What's in that Red Bull? Shit.
I'm dyslexic, so. Anyways, I'm joking. I'm not dyslexic. But
I know.
the people out there might not know. The people that we're talking to, our audience, they don't know that I'm not fucking dyslexic. Yeah. But yeah, he's the one quarterback.
Like you reading the words.
He's the one quarterback that has guys around him that
he's
they're
still not
blaming.
getting
They're
it
blaming
done.
on the O line. They're not blaming on the O line against Dak for Dak. They're not. They kinda, but only person I see that is blaming the O line. Even some of the black older players are not blaming the O line for Dak. Only person I see is blaming the O line is Skip, which is a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. So everybody's gonna look at Skip like, but it's a real thing because his O line is not up as good as it has been.
Right, for sure.
But that don't mean it's bad. It just means it's not as good
Right,
as
it's
it
not
has
as good
been.
as it has been, and he doesn't have the receivers.
That he had. Now that's the problem. I think more important.
All of it
than
goes
anything,
That's a bigger
It
problem.
all goes
that's
together.
it all does go hand in hand.
Yeah,
but when you look at the bigger problem is that you don't have guys. They have smaller catch radius.
Yeah.
They have less speed.
Yep.
They don't take shots. Meaning when the
Because
receiver.
because of that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So when you add all of that in on your receiving core,
Right.
you know, not only are they dropping the ball, but it makes you less confident in throwing the ball to
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
You know, if you know that if you don't hit them directly in between the numbers every
Sometimes
single
that don't
time,
even work. Sometimes
and sometimes that don't work. You know, it's like that movie where he had to throw it so hard it stuck in his face mask.
yeah.
Dude.
That's what he may have to do.
Yeah,
These guys, most of them, I think if they give the ball, you play through Zeke. That's your big hope. You play through Zeke, get the defense tired, 8 in the box.
Just don't get down too much though. Like Zeke said, you can't run the ball when you're down 2
Right.
scores.
You
Can't
can.
do them. Yeah, you can, but it's not probably the smartest thing to do, football wise.
Right.
And that's that.
Speaking of football, we're gonna transition into college football.
That's right.
Hey,
It's been
hey.
It was a
Since we all old State fans at this in this podcast,
okay.
I fell asleep
I figured you would.
and woke up.
Uh,
And it's all I seen on ESPN, 94-yard drive. I'm like, no way. And my
Bruh.
dad was like, did they win that game? I was like, yeah, damn, they must be pretty good.
they was pissing me off though.
And that's the thing. I fell asleep.
You
because
know why
I
they was
so
pissing me
upset.
off? Do y'all know why they was pissing
What
me
was
off?
it pissing you off?
Because on the
They
plays,
didn't run the ball enough
it wasn't even that.
for me.
It wasn't even that. It was defensively they was pissing me off because on the plays that they ran the spy, but they should have ran the spy all game because that was the only reason.
Tracy McFord.
Oh my God, that
they
was
made
the
it do
only
look like-
fucking
He looked like
reason
he
they were winning the game.
He really looked like he ran away with it with that game.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Just constantly spy him.
Yeah.
And it was a play
How long
that
was that run though?
he had one for. I think the longest was 53 yards.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I was
had
like,
150 yards.
He had 170 something yards
Rushing.
after his, and then he had like two.
I thought he had 300.
He had 300. He had two.
Nah, that's not funny.
He had two like 240 or something like that.
That's not
around
funny.
there.
I know. Look, he looked like he won the Heisman that day.
I'm sitting there like, what the fuck?
That I
y'all-
didn't understand,
Either
though.
you spy him every down or you blitz him and stay in your
defense
lane.
isn't that bad, man.
You got to
The
stay.
defense is not that bad.
They wouldn't tell. They could. I felt like they wasn't always telling him the fucking to guys to spy. Somebody to spy. You have to spy. You have to stay in there to spy because they literally kept. He would stand there and then he would just take off. He would stand there and he did that like 10 times in a fucking row. And then it was a third down and like 13, and they decided to fucking run man coverage. And all you do is zone it up, and you don't get that fucking because I think it was like second and maybe 20, 25 or something like that. They get like 10 yards on a rush, and then on a McSorley rush,
Right.
and then he stands back there and throws the ball because I guess they're not great man coverage this year. They fucking tried to run man coverage almost every play, which helped him take off on the field because you're running man coverage, so everybody's manned up.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then he completes the play because this guy is fucking wide open. All you gotta do is zone it up, drive back into the zone, sit there, everybody not get out your lane. Zone it up.
It was crazy.
Oh my God.
The
All
only good
fucking
thing
game.
that I stopped watching it.
No, I didn't stop watching.
But
I was having a heart attack though.
That's why I stopped watching
I'm
it.
a real fan.
I was having a heart attack.
And
though.
every time I turned back, I would turn back, and 30 seconds later, Ohio State would score.
And
Yeah,
I
that was
feel
tough
like
to
I feel
watch,
like this is a good game for
them.
for Ohio State and Dwayne Haskins because he didn't play good.
Nah, I didn't.
He didn't play good, but I think he was playing good at first because he threw a ball and they went back to the TCU game. They started dropping a lot of balls.
Right. They
I
did
think,
drop a lot.
and I think that fucked his head up.
Yeah.
And then they started bringing pressure, and he got a little out of
That's
character.
why, look,
Out
the
of
guy
character.
wasn't that off, the Penn State lineman, when he spoke about, I know you've seen the interview.
Yeah, but
he
I
wasn't
don't,
that far off. And
I don't
he's-
think, but that didn't start until after he threw the pick, and they had dropped 3 balls already. So I think that got into his head.
We're right.
I hear what you're saying. But at the end, he was able to put it back together.
He put it back together. He threw a across the middle, across his body, in triple coverage to fucking Victor Benjamin.
Right.
And he took that to the house. So that was like, what the fuck? I was sitting there like, what the fucking fuck?
I'm gonna have to go look
He
that
took
play
that
up.
to the house, and then he threw a bunch of screens.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, that would
helped-
end up winning the
Yeah,
first
it helped.
one, right?
It helped him out. He threw the screens. They
Which
threw it
helps.
sideways.
It's good to have playmakers. Put it
And
that way.
what's his name?
The defense.
No, the tailback. Number
Dobbins.
2. J.K.
I like
Dobbins.
him.
JK.
Yeah, he a
He's
fucking
strong
beast.
runner.
He a fucking beast.
Small. Yeah.
And they threw him screens, which got them back into the game and got them out of the fucking, was they on the 4-yard line or 2-yard line, something like that. Big 30-yard game.
That was a big win, man.
It was a big win because they were on the road in
Mentally.
Penn State
In the whiteout.
in the whiteout.
Without their best player.
Without Nick Bosa.
And the defense played good majority of it, unless they were given
Yeah, because the league wasn't that far. It should have been worse. It
Yeah,
should
they
have
would
been worse.
they would have a big play and then they would blow up.
Yeah, light them up.
Yeah.
They would have a big play and then they would fucking blow up.
Yeah.
But it was oh my God, I was hating the play calling.
Yeah.
I hated the side to side shit. I understood later why they kept doing the side to side shit, but on the side to side runs on first down, like you already behind the stick. They would run a side. They would run a inside zone, but it would be actually outside zone. They would run an outside fucking zone, and they would be fucking 2nd and 15. Like you're already behind the sticks. And the thing for me was Dwayne Haskins was struggling throwing the ball down the field. I think he was in his head, and until they started getting some screens, which God they needed the fucking screen game to work, which it did. Which it did because
Now you said you understood later why they was running side to side. What was that?
because they were blitzing up, and I think what was earlier, they were blitzing right up the middle. Mm-hmm. So I think earlier they were just catching them, like the line they was like hitting all the gaps, so they couldn't get outside. And I felt, on a couple plays they weren't hitting them they weren't blitzing as hard, so they was able to bust it outside.
Play worked,
and the outside zone started to work.
Got
but earlier it wasn't working, and it kept fucking.
So what they did
they
committed to it.
They committed to it, yes.
Okay.
No gain, and they caught him not in a blitz, able to get outside.
Right.
And then the fucking
That's interesting.
yeah, and then the fucking those screens, the outside screens.
That's
and I knew they was. Oh my god, I knew they was gonna screen because they had them beat. It was 3-on-2.
Yeah.
It was 3-on-2 to the outside through the fucking bubble screen, touchdown. And that guy couldn't tackle. Whoever 29 is.
Yeah.
Whoever 29 was a terrible fucking tackler for Penn State. And then maybe the worst big game play call I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've ever seen because Trace McSorley was doing most of his damage, looking like he was going to throw the ball. If it was not a draw or if it was not a pass, it was a draw.
Right.
So to take the ball out of his hands
was
crazy. Just, and they called a hell of a stunt. For Chase Young, called a hell of a stunt.
He stunned right into it.
Stunned right into it. But I think that was a terrible play call. Man, you've been catching Ohio State off guard on every play, and to come back for 4th and it's not like it's 4th and 1. This is 4th and 5. So even if you get 4 yards on the run, you still don't get the fucking first down. So it was all around.
A bad play.
Besides the throw in the Super Bowl to the Seahawks, where they threw that bubble screen. Besides that play, this might have been one of the worst big game play calls I've ever seen. Because you let Trace McSorley do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The game he had been having.
You let him do something.
You let him make the decision.
Yeah, you let him do something. You let him do something. If he's gonna run the ball, if he's gonna throw the ball, whatever he gonna do, I put the game in his hands. I'm not handing it to the running back. They will stop him all night anyway. So I don't hand it to the running back. I let Trace McSorley figure out whatever the fuck he's gonna do.
Trace McSorley though on that it was an option.
It was an option. Yes, it was an option, but they sat. Okay, that's what he was supposed to do, because the defense came and sat to Trace McSorley. The defense in. It was an option play. It was either you hand it off, or I take it. He handed it off, and they stunned it inside. Good to know. So I think they should have gave him the option to throw the ball. I put it in his hands like that. And if he wants to run it out of the pass, then let him take off and run it, because Ohio State, they wouldn't have fucking spied it.
Yeah.
So he might have. I think they outthought themselves. Penn State.
I said that too. I said that was a coach's loss.
Yeah.
A coach's loss.
I don't know if they would have won off the play, but I definitely think that was a bad play. Because
they probably would have got a first down off of that.
Maybe, but that's not them winning the game, because you still have to march down the field, and they weren't even past the 50. So they still have to march down, get into kicker's range. That's a big kick. So it's not that like that was
but still
them losing the game. But if they got the first down, that doesn't mean they win the game. But still, Alabama. Alabama. Okay, what y'all feel about Ohio State being behind Georgia?
Wait, didn't Jalen Hurts play his 5th game to be ineligible?
Yeah, which I don't understand. I would have said I would have definitely. I did what Kelly Bryant did,
and then Clemson, Alabama.
Yeah, Clemson though.
Clemson, they fucked themselves over.
Yeah. But they said he was gonna be back sooner than later though. But
but he got destroyed. Oh man, did y'all see the play?
Yeah.
Oh,
he looked like that hurt too.
Oh, it like his neck broke. He got fucking destroyed.
They said it was more of a neck injury than a concussion.
Yeah, it's like his neck fucking broke. It was a Tennessee State player that collapsed on the field, which was very sad. He got hit, and it was and that happened twice this weekend. A high school player died. I think it was I can't remember where it was at, but he was arm went numb, and he didn't feel it at first, and then this is what they reported. His arm went numb, and then he passed out on the sideline, or collapsed on the sideline, and then they rushed him to the hospital, and unfortunately he passed. So just prayers to his family and everybody involved. Prayers to the Tennessee State guy and everybody involved with his family and the team and him. But Clemson, yes, I think they fucked themselves over, because I was listening to some people, and I got two ways to go.
Well, let me ask you this:
okay.
I didn't really get to see what happened after. How did the freshman look?
Oh, he won the game.
Yeah, he won. He came back.
He won the game. He made 2 big throws.
So how they fuck themselves over if they had a guy that was able to steal?
Because
what they play?
They play Syracuse, which was 4-0 at the time. So, because you still want a seasoned guy in there, because you're gonna go up against more competition.
Yeah, absolutely.
Throughout the year. I say they fucked themselves over because Kelly Bryant is transferring out.
Yeah, and even after that, he's made it clear it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not.
Which I wouldn't.
I wouldn't have came back either. So the thing was, the only big game they really had besides Syracuse, Texas A&M, who won them the game was Kelly Bryant. Kelly Bryant came down and drove them down the field, and that was the biggest competition they played, which ain't said that much. But that was the biggest competition they played besides Syracuse. And the freshmen took them down to win that game. So for them to say that he did more, which I guess he, against shitty talent, yes, he does a lot.
Yeah.
But he wasn't getting nothing done against the biggest threat they had.
Right.
Which was Texas A&M. So for me, yes, he's more talented, but is Kelly Bryant more of a winner? To you guys, you say.
I would say.
Okay. Thank you.
I would say. Honestly, for here, I would have stuck with Kelly Bryant.
Okay.
I would stuck with Kelly Bryant. He brought us into the season.
Yeah.
He played last season. We had a hell of a season last season with Kelly Bryant.
Yeah.
I know he knows how to win.
Right.
I know he knows his team. You know, I know what he's going to do in a pressure situation, a real pressure situation.
Okay.
You know, I know how he's going to respond after taking a big hit.
Okay.
These are all unanswered questions that you still have with the new kid.
I say this.
Good.
For me, okay, Kelly Bryant has shown what he can do.
Right.
And it's understandable that you end up wanting Trevor Lawrence. Is that his name, right?
Yeah.
To be the guy, which is fine.
Yeah, he's a better thrower.
In the end, right, better thrower of the ball, which is cool. But the fact of the matter is you like you said, or like it was said, it don't even seem like Kelly Bryant had a chance from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they'd already made up their mind in the sense that they wanted Trevor Lawrence. And the fact of the matter is, you go with the guy that's got you there. You should, at least. But obviously, these, a lot of these teams aren't.
That's Urban.
Right.
Urban rode JT into JT.
He rode us into the dirt.
Rode him into the
He rode us
undrafted,
into the dirt.
Urban
listen to the
JT
dirt.
come hell or high water.
Yeah. But that's a loyalty thing that it ain't been showed this year.
Because you got to remember on that team with JT, you also had the starting quarterback for LSU this year.
Yeah.
He was backing up JT,
Yeah.
along with Dwayne Haskins, who was backing up JT.
Right.
So you had,
two guys.
two great quarterbacks.
Well, JT did. He brought him back against Penn State.
Yeah. True that.
He brought him back against Penn State. He played a hell of a game against Penn State last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get you that. I get the you want to play the better guy, but as we saw, I know just like they were able to, even though they should have won this year with Baker or last week with Baker, once they just follow me.
Okay.
Follow me.
You like Baker? What you mean?
Follow because he gave me a face. Follow me. Just like Dwayne Haskins struggled in the first big game he played because he struggled.
Right.
He came in last year as a sub to finish off the Michigan game.
Right.
And then everybody wanted him to
Take over. Right.
As we saw in this
Penn
State game, he can struggle. He hasn't been out in big situations too many times.
Right. Enough.
Right. So
if you would have played him last year, he'd have had the big situation.
Well, Penn State, would he have?
Yeah.
Because JT came out Penn State and they was down by 10 points, 8 points, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was still struggling.
So I definitely think he would struggle. Well, but I think he needed this Penn State game.
But that's what I'm saying. He
of
would
course
have struggled last year. And this year,
helped, though.
he'd be better already.
But we had won the Penn State game last year. I thought they should have put him in the fucking Iowa game because goddamn. But anyway, we get off the point.
You talking about the block?
Yeah, that block.
Yeah, the blood.
Yeah, we get off the point.
Anyway, at the end of it all, I think that with Kelly Bryant, you got a guy that has shown what he can do from a loss and struggling,
right?
And you throw a guy in there that you don't really know how he'll react to competition. Okay. Better like you said, he'd be playing against shitty teams the entire time. So you can tell it was more of a bias thing, but I hope Kelly Bryant makes it wherever he goes. And I'm not saying I wish Clemson the worst of luck or anything, but
that's your nigga.
you know what? Y'all get what's coming for y'all. I mean,
I don't think Clemson was that good this year, no way. They
I
struggled
mean, of
again.
course it was last year.
How do you feel about Georgia being ranked over Ohio State?
Who? Ohio State? You
Yeah,
said
I think that's crazy. Ohio State got the 2 best wins of the year.
Yeah.
Besides LSU got an Auburn win.
Who's the other one? I guess.
Texas Christian University.
TCU.
I'm like, what is this?
In Texas.
Right.
But then you have the next. I think the biggest win.
But they
is
said
Penn State at home.
But they said this Penn State game was the most impactful game all the way up until championship weekend. So between now and championship weekend, there's not going to be a more telling game than the Ohio State Penn State game.
Right.
You know, and if that is the case, how can you not rank them?
Exactly. So it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense for them not to be number 2. Alabama looks head and shoulders above everybody else right now. So they should be. But I'm not going to say Alabama ain't played nobody because they did play Ole Miss, who was ranked. And they did play Texas A&M, who was also ranked. So I'm not going to say they didn't play anybody.
Right. But at the same point in time, they haven't played a top 10 opponent.
No, I get you, but I'm not saying that they didn't play anybody.
Right.
Those are still ranked opponents. So they will count as your ranked win, as a ranked win. Ohio State still has had the best strength, has the hardest strength of schedule, and they've gone 5-0 with that strength of schedule with 2 top tier road wins. So at least number 2. To have them behind Georgia is insane to me because Georgia ain't did shit. So to have them behind Georgia is just crazy. Heisman right now.
Trace McSorley.
Even with the loss.
Even with the loss.
Okay. Tua. It doesn't hurt that Alabama's loaded.
I mean, but I also think that he does take them to another level.
Okay.
Based on what they've had the last few years.
Jalen Hurts has been playing amazing with them too.
Right. But I also think that him being able to throw the ball.
He threw a bomb last week.
But you gotta go with Trace simply because.
Oh, you're serious?
He makes up about 70% of their offense input.
That game.
And it was against Ohio State, which is a good team.
But it's more than just that game. When you look at their overall, Trace McSorley is he's part of their running game.
He's part of their running game.
Right.
But the majority of the running game came from that tailback Sanders.
True.
Right.
But he's the one who's giving the Sanders the ball. Whether it's he decides the option to give and go. He decides, the passing plays. He's throwing the ball. He's leading it. He's doing everything for Penn State.
I feel you.
So I think honestly, when you're looking at it, he's definitely got to be in the running.
Oh yeah. I think he's in the running. I think he's in the running, but the loss hurts. You don't win the team the game. You're up by 14 twice, I think. At least up twice.
Well, if you
at home,
if losses are going to count, I figure
losses always count.
The only team that's not going to have a loss possibly is Alabama and Ohio State.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So, that is fine. I feel like unless you're head and shoulders above everybody else, which he's not, you can't lose.
But everybody's going to lose because
that's not true. That is not true.
Just as you said,
because the voting is before the national championship game or the playoff games.
Right.
So that's not true that everybody's going to lose.
Most of the teams going into the playoffs.
And I hear you. I said unless you're head and shoulders above everybody else, which he's not.
And what I'm saying is that the losses are going to occur before the playoff starts.
Right. But that doesn't mean they're going to lose. They're not necessarily. Tua is there. West Virginia is there with Will Greer.
Tua, you were just saying that
I'm saying
you got Jalen Hurts, though.
I'm saying you're missing my point. I'm saying he's there. So I'm not saying. I said unless you're head and shoulders above everybody else, right, then you can't lose. Like Lamar Jackson was head and shoulders above everybody else in college football.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that guy. He's great, but he's not head and shoulders above everybody else. Really so then you can't go around and losing games.
Yeah.
Then you don't play anybody else for the rest of the year. So where are your other tests coming from? So my guy is Dwayne Haskins, who had the best 2 wins this year. Then Tua. I think it hurts him he has a great team offense and defensively behind him, and he's only playing like a half a game
right
per game, so I think that's going to hurt him either way. Keilah Murray.
That's what I was about to bring up.
Keilah Murray, he has his big test. He has his big test, plural, coming up. And then Real Greer is still in there for West Virginia.
Okay.
So we have that's my order. Is Dwayne Haskins, Tua, Keilah Murray. Is there anybody else? That's my top 3 right there, and that's my order.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't argue that. I guess.
Trace McSorley, if they'd have won, he'd definitely been in the running. I definitely think he'd been in the running. But
so Penn State was 4-0 too, right?
Yep. Penn State was 4-0.
Oh, okay.
Even with the bad game, the bad Appalachian State game, he still brought them back. They won the game.
right.
If they would have won, I definitely would have had them in my top 3, maybe number 2. But they lost, so I take. That's always wins and losses are always for me accounted for. We did
That's
college, NFL.
Hold on, wait. This isn't college football.
Oh no, actually I got one for college football. Wait, save yours because I got the Jimbo Fisher, which nobody is talking about anymore. I knew it was gonna fucking happen. Nobody's talking about it anymore. They talked about it on Saturday, and I didn't see nobody, none of the big media websites talking about Jimbo Fisher, fucking grabbing the guy, yanking it back and forth, and then pushing him, his player. Really? Y'all see the video?
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he grabs him by the face mask, and then he pulls him, yanks him real hard, and pushes him back because he was upset about whatever he did.
Really?
Yeah.
So he did Woody? Coach Woody?
Nah, Coach Woody, he stole, motherfucker. I seen the highlight.
You saw the highlights of that? As he's
he was
running
on
down the
one.
field.
Yeah, he was on one.
He snatched him clean up.
Yeah, he was on one, Coach Woody. Buckeyes back in the 70s.
Late 70s, early 80s?
Yeah,
You caught
late
him going
70s.
down
It
the
was
sideline.
definitely in the 70s.
Caught him going down the sideline.
What y'all think about that?
I think that they don't hold coaches accountable as much as they should, in a sense that there are some things that you shouldn't be able to do or shouldn't do. Just put it that way.
I don't think it's a code of accountability. I think they give them too much leeway. The college. My bad. I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? It's not accountability. I just think it's they give them too much. They give them too much leeway. They give them too much.
Yeah,
You're the. Not. I don't want to say master because.
But you're the say-all.
You have all the power and all the control, and it shouldn't be like
ruler.
Yeah.
You're right. It's not way off, but I don't want to take it that far.
Yeah.
You're the ruler.
You have end all be all the fucking control.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's how it should be. I think it should be at least a conversation. They had they talked about it for half a day, and nobody talked about it no more.
The emperor.
Nobody it wasn't a big deal. Even
nobody made it a big deal.
And like how is that? I've had coaches yell at me and get in my face, but not one coach ever grabbed me by my face mask and push me or toss me nowhere. They've got my face before, yeah. They spit in my face, not like, but talking and spitting. You know what I'm saying? Like they've talked and had spit everywhere, been yelling and cursed me out, all that type of shit. I can handle that. But none of them never fucking grabbed me by my face mask and fucking pushed me down. Not pushed him. He couldn't push him down, but he did grab him and tug him and push him like a motherfucker. And I just don't think. I think it should at least be a conversation.
With who?
With everybody. I think everybody should be talking about it to the point where it should be some type of reprimand. Something. Maybe not a suspension, maybe, but at least a fine. That's at the least. At the least.
I think so.
At least a fine.
Yeah.
At least a sensitivity training.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It shouldn't just.
Where do you
go
see that
without
at?
saying. It shouldn't just go without saying.
Where do you see that at? I haven't seen that nowhere.
Yeah.
Last time I seen that was
an NFL quarterback.
They knocked his ass out. But if a player,
it'd be a penalty.
Yeah. But if a player retaliated to that, oh my God, why would he? Why would he do this to the coach? Why would he disrespect his coach like that? Like they're little boys, and these are no matter what you say, these are grown men.
Still,
these are grown men. By the time they're fucking at a university. 18, 19, you go to university, you're a grown-ass man.
I think
So, to me, that's disrespectful. Like, I don't care that I'm in college or not.
Yeah.
They want to treat them like you want to treat these people like they're immature, young people and all that type of shit, but you have stuff like this. You're supposed to be their guardian, protector while they're under your wings on campus, and while you're their coach and their mentor. You're not supposed to treat them like that.
Yeah.
So, I think it should be some type of talk or anything like that, and we're gonna go into NBA. But the first thing we're gonna talk about is oh, you had one. Yeah, you did have one. My bad.
The one that I had it's not.
Into the mic.
It's still college.
Okay.
But it's not football.
What is it?
It happened at a football game though.
Okay.
Georgia football game.
Oh, the slur.
Baseball player.
Well, I think they handled it. How else are they gonna handle that? Because they know that they need black players to go to that school. They recruiting against Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, all in the top 25 this year. Florida. So for them to handle it any other way, that's already a recruiting tactic to use against Georgia. And they already dismissed the baseball player. He's been dismissed from the baseball team. And you know what I saw? I saw on a lot of the mentions on the Twitter thing. I actually saw something that I was proud of.
What's that?
A lot of the white people were like, "Good." That's what should happen. Instead of, you usually see so much backlash towards some stuff like this, but I saw a lot of the white people were like, "Good. He should be out of there. What else were they supposed to do? This and this, that, and the third." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what should have? That's exactly what they should have said. Because it wasn't even a conversation about, oh man, that was too harsh or nothing like that. You can't. They have so many black people play in the SEC. So many black kids play in the SEC. What the fuck else were they going to do? Do you say, oh, we're not going to do anything about this? Everybody in the SEC, regardless if they're a shitty team or you're a good team, they're going to use that as a recruiting tactic against you.
Right.
And black people are going to feel some type of I think the bigger ones, because they have the opportunity to go wherever they want to go. Of course, you're going to get the players that, you get a scholarship here, you get a scholarship there. They need a scholarship. They want to go play football. Georgia's a big time school. But your big time players, that's definitely going to be a recruiting tactic against you. And it still can be used against you.
Right.
There's people on the athletics guys are still nigga this, nigga that towards their own people on their own team, at their own school. So it still can be used against you, but their rebuttal can be, look what we did. As soon as it happened, he was suspended, kicked off the team.
Yeah.
So I think they handled it the only way they could. They had no other way they could handle that.
Nothing else they could do.
There was nothing else they could do, because even if they didn't want to do nothing to him, they were not about to fuck up their football program for baseball.
No.
Come on. That's not what they was about to do.
Right,
They smarter than that. They smarter than that.
Hey, look here, son. Tell you what, here what we gonna do. We gonna take you on off this here team. We pay for your schooling,
Yeah.
but you're not playing no more baseball here, son.
Not here. Not here. Then you can go anywhere else.
We'll release you
We'll
flat
help
out.
you. We'll help you get somewhere else.
Yeah.
But we can't have you
Son,
playing here.
You can't play here.
Yeah, so
You can't play here, son.
they did the only thing they could do, and I applaud them for it. Because usually it's some. Well, we got to look into this and we got to look into that, and maybe he didn't say this and maybe he didn't say that. We'll give him a slap on the wrist, some sensitivity training, blah blah blah. Right away, handled it, took care of it. He's gone. Let's transition in.
Should they have, real quick though,
Yeah.
should they have had a conversation with the security officer who was brought in but did nothing about it?
Sure. But what else was he gonna do? Kick him out the game? Like, I'm sure it's not to be funny, but I'm sure it's more people more than that saying a lot more stuff. So they have to kick the whole Georgia fandom out of there.
Well, several people went and got the security and brought him over because they saw that a fight was about to happen.
Yeah. Well, they stopped the fight, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have the security guy. We're not gonna fucking shit on him.
You ain't gonna throw him under the
No,
bus?
we're not gonna shit on him.
You're not gonna throw him under the bus?
His
His name-
$13 an hour. Like, come on, man. It's some things I'm not doing for $13 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay. He looked at it like, this shit not worth it, bro. This $13 an hour is not worth it. I'm not about to get my ass beat for nothing by the white fans or the black fans.
It's a lose-lose. Huh?
Yeah, it's a lose-lose for him. Now we're transitioning to basketball. We're not going to transition all the way into the NBA yet. We're going to LaMelo.
Okay.
We're going to LaMelo.
I'm listening.
What y'all feel about that?
Honestly, I felt he was right. The dude should have smacked him in the back of the head.
Yeah, that's what I end up seeing later in the video.
And he turned around and he mushed the dude.
Slapped him.
He slapped him.
Yeah, and he should have.
And you know why I see it's a disconnect in American sports and international sports, because I watch a lot of soccer now, and they have a tendency to touch your face and to touch your head, and over here that's like sunning you.
Right.
That's disrespectful.
Right.
And they don't look at it that way.
Right.
So it was a little it's a disconnect, because over there everybody I watch and I'm like, man, I can't believe this guy is touching his face like that, or kind of slap him on the face or touch him on the head, and everybody does it over there. So he should have knew better. He should have knew better.
He ain't from over
and
there.
I don't feel like Melo should be crucified or punished.
Right.
But of course you're going to get punished because you're starting to.
They both got kicked out of the game.
Yeah, you're starting to.
So I could deal with that.
Yeah.
They both got kicked out of the
Right.
game. That's fine.
But I don't think it should be a even bigger punishment because he did slap him in the head.
Right.
But that's something they do over there. Tap, touch, whatever.
Well,
over here in America, you don't like you touching my face, touching my head. That's disrespectful.
Right.
But overseas, that's a different thing. It's different. It's just a difference. It's just a difference, and I feel like when you're playing international, you have to understand certain things. You can't. We don't like that.
Right.
So for international players, they have to understand you can't. No matter how you feel about it, no matter if you're playing, no matter if you don't mean it like that,
right.
you can't control my reaction.
Right.
So I don't fault LaMelo at all.
Not even a little bit.
I see a lot of these different sports shows trying to talk down LaMelo. I don't see. I feel like what do you think a 16, 17 year old is going to do when somebody put their hand on their face or on their head or tap them in the back of the head or anything? That's disrespectful to me.
Right.
And that's disrespectful to Americans. Yes. If you didn't have to touch me,
you ain't none of my teammates.
You didn't have to touch me. You didn't have to do that. So of course I'm going to retaliate. But like I said, overseas it's a difference. They do that a lot. Which I watch the sport. I watch soccer all the time, and I'm amazed how all these guys just okay. And it's the other team that's tapping them on the face or rubbing their head or something like that. I'm like, God damn, I would have slapped somebody if they fucking did that to me, because it happens all the fucking time over there. So I understood why he did it. But you got the wrong motherfucker that day.
You got
you got the wrong motherfucker that day. Because doggy. Where are we going? We going to NBA. So
okay.
Did y'all watch any basketball?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Before we get into the basketball competition, what do you think about the connection going back to Kyle Kuzma and Markelle Fultz now? The financial, where the people are saying that they gave him money in college.
I don't care.
I a lot of guys like that.
Yeah, I don't
Smith,
care.
I think was a part of that too.
I don't care.
That shouldn't matter.
No, not even a little bit.
I'm happy for
I don't give a fuck. They should have got as much money as they could
That's what I
have.
say.
Get all your bread. Whoever paying you, get it. That's on them. That's on the university.
Down here, that's what they do.
That's
with
on.
these agents.
Man, fuck that. I'm tired of. They. Did you see what? I think the most. Who's making the most? It's like $8 million.
Oh, Saban. Yeah.
No, it's not Saban. Saban's not the highest coach. I think it's John Harbaugh. Harbaugh is the highest coach.
Yeah, I think it is.
Harbaugh is the highest coach.
I thought he was, but up
no,
until they just did that
Harbaugh
today.
is the highest coach. He's at $8 million. And then I think it's Urban, and then it's Saban. But whoever is the highest, which I think is Harbaugh, is $8 million.
It's Saban. Now it is.
It's Saban.
He got a raise.
He's 8 and Harbaugh is 7.5.
Okay.
No, Meyer.
Well, he's 7.6.
Yeah.
He's third actually, but yeah.
Okay, but I knew.
Okay, fine. You're right.
Point.
Saban.
Go ahead.
Is $8 million
Yeah, a season.
a season, and you mad about these kids getting a couple thousand or a couple hundred at that
I get
to
you.
go out for lunch or go for whatever they doing. They making y'all the money, and y'all can't give them nothing but y'all give them you get more money for lunch. You get more money for I think it's a stipend now.
Yeah,
you get a stipend
now.
Come on, man.
Stipend.
We making y'all hundreds of millions at these big schools, hundreds of millions of dollars, and we get a $75 stipend. Come on, man. Fuck them. Any lawsuits y'all got? Hell yeah. Yes, I took the money. Suspend me. I don't care. Especially the big players. Like, y'all, they going to the NBA to make whatever they going to make. In college, I would sign the autographs and take the money. I don't give a fuck. I'm not caring. I don't care. I don't care.
But if you do that,
Okay.
you can't play.
Okay.
And as you saw with like the NFL backed up the NCAA with like Terrell Pryor and them, with all of them.
Terrell Pryor still got his money.
Eventually.
DeVere Posey. They weren't high picks anyway. Terrell Pryor wasn't a high pick, so DeVere Posey wasn't a high pick.
I know, but I'm just saying, originally they backed them up.
Okay, and they would have still went to the NFL and got their contract if they were high picks. The NFL would have still got them. NBA guys, Markelle Fultz still with, what do you go, number 1, number 2?
One or two.
I wouldn't give a fuck. Not even a little bit. That ain't my problem. That's your problem. Pay him.
Kyle Kuzma.
Kyle Kuzma went in the top. He went top 30. He was 26, I think. Pay him. I don't give a fuck. Take the money. Take all the money. If somebody giving you $100,000, take it. Fuck them. Fuck them. They should pay him. They making too much money. They've been fucking kids over for too long for you not to. If you get the opportunity, hell, you giving me $100,000? Yes, I'm taking that $100,000. Especially if you come from nothing.
I'll just say this: I'm pro player, most of the time because of the way
All the
they're treated.
time.
So.
And that's another thing. And it's always gonna be, and once again in football, it's always gonna be this disconnect because Hunter Winthrow came out against Kelly Bryant. Like, oh my God, I don't want to have to worry about the.
I saw that.
I'm like, bruh, you ain't getting it. You ain't getting it. I want to go play. Like, I was the quarterback, and now this freshman that came in and haven't done
anything
that much. You got an arm, but in the big time moments, what did he do? I'm the one that got us that fucking win against fucking Texas A&M. So what did he do?
Right.
But y'all want to go with him because he's the better talent. Air quotes.
Yeah.
So, hell yeah. I'm always pro player. And it's always a disconnect because the players never have other players back besides Bobby Wagner. The players never had a players back.
Yeah, something to think about.
It's always a disconnect. Yeah. And that's a fucking problem with college football, NFL. It's a problem. Y'all gotta unless y'all want more. And if y'all want more, y'all gotta start standing packed. Y'all gotta stand together,
whether you like each other or not.
Whether you like what somebody did, if they trying to get some money, they trying to get some money for the next motherfucker.
Right.
So I understand.
That's what Le'Veon's saying.
I understand that y'all upset and it's a bunch of turmoil and you feel a certain type of way, but you got it's not. Sooner or later, you got to understand that for the players, for it to be about the players and y'all to start. Closing the gap with the NBA and NHL because the MLB, the MLB run the fucking league over there too.
Yeah.
So until y'all start want to control your own destiny, like the NBA players, they got smart.
Yeah.
they said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want to do."
And you know what's crazy? And it's the NBA players have started partnering.
Yeah.
With other NBA players.
Right. They got smart.
Draymond and LeBron.
They got smart, man.
You see Draymond and LeBron compete on the floor, and Draymond calling them names, whatever. It didn't matter because when it was time to put the business deal together,
because they understand it.
It's entertainment.
They understand it's basketball on the floor, but we about making this money.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And the NFL players ain't got it yet. No. They ain't got it yet for whatever reason. From college to pros, they ain't got it yet.
Maybe it's the concussion syndrome.
Maybe it is CTE. It's something because they ain't got it yet, man. And it's sad. Like y'all got to be brothers. Y'all got to help each other out. Y'all got to, regardless, you got to stand behind them to take down Goliath. Y'all got to stand back, man.
You do.
You gotta fucking stand back, or it's always gonna be the same. Y'all always gonna keep getting fucked over. It's always gonna the NFL PA is always going to keep getting smashed by the owners.
Yeah.
Unless y'all stand back, man. And there was speaking of that, Ed Reed, another thing. Not Ed Reed. Eric Reed. Eric Reed came on and said, "Well, this was a subversion committee of the NFL. The NFL. The reason why he didn't stand with them, like he stopped standing with the whatever committee they were for about the kneeling and taking a stand and shit like that." He was like, "Man, they're talking heads for the NFL,
right?
For the owners and shit like that. They're not behind Keilah no more,
right? So
I'm standing with Keilah. I'm not standing. That's why I stopped being with them. So I understand them because clearly they ain't got it yet. So, but we're going back to the NBA,
right?
How y'all? What y'all feel about the preseason going so far?
I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not too much you can take from it. For me personally, I mean, I've seen a little bit.
Well, let's talk about who y'all want for MVP. What y'all prediction?
Giannis
for the season.
Yes. Yes, for the season.
I don't know. I don't know yet. I know that sounds crazy, but you don't have a guess. You can. It's okay to be wrong. It happens.
I'll say that with LeBron. I think
not a lot. Not to me.
Yeah.
Not to me.
Yeah,
maybe to you,
go ahead.
Mr. Orum 4.
Yeah. You 1-3, nigga. Like you
better
doing some shit. He said that like he was doing some shit. I can't wait to we playing. I don't give a fuck about none of that. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter to me because we played this week. So
right. And
talk shit about this week. Yeah.
Next week.
By Monday.
Still be on 5.
I'm not worried.
Before we continue, look, if you on 5 after this week, I don't want to hear your mouth.
I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to talk my shit. You know, because I only got the playoffs. You only got to be in the top 8. So all I got to do is win a couple games.
Just make it though.
All I got to do is win a couple games and get in that bitch.
Get the opportunity,
I'm gonna get in that bitch. I'm gonna get it. All I got to do is win a couple games.
Anyway,
no, I had another question. I think you said your MVP was Giannis. What's your MVP?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the safe bet right now. It'll be like LBJ.
Okay, that's a safe bet. That's a safe bet. Because I was gonna say LBJ. I think he got something to prove. I think he got something to prove as it's being in his first year in the West. He don't want to seem like he can't ball out.
You know what?
From being in the East all this time.
That's fair, but I also think he knows that he has to make sure he's ready for the playoffs.
But you know what?
I think the reason he balls out this year because he knows they're not going far
to the championship.
He knows Golden State in his heart and everybody's heart. So I feel like he goes full throttle. He's going full throttle this year to prove a point. He's still the best player in the league. He's still the best player in the league.
His best bet.
He did that during the playoffs.
He did that during the playoffs. In the offseason, man.
His best bet.
Well, he's gonna have a bunch of time because they're not going to the finals this year.
Would be
he's gonna have a bunch
to
of
get.
He's gonna have a bunch of time.
Seed.
Yeah, but they're still not. Even if they still play in they still have to run up against the Warriors.
The Warriors in the conference finals.
I
that's as far as they would get.
Yes. So regardless.
And I was just saying, if he gets the number 2 seed,
they don't have to play them to the Western Conference. I get
exactly.
you. And I'm saying he's going to fight this year to show because he's not going to the finals. That's a done deal. He's not going to the finals, so he's going to fight this year to show that he's still the best in the league. Regardless if this is his 16th year, he's still the best. He's not on the decline. It's going to be attractive to other players, whoever wants to come there, whether it's AD, whether it's KD, Kawhi, Clay, whoever wants to come. He's going to show that he's still the motherfucking man. So next year, and he wants to show everybody he can still ball. He's MVP. That's why I picked LeBron.
I picked him simply because I think there's no pressure on him this year. And
I think throughout these years there ain't been pressure on him.
I think it is.
And once we got to the playoffs. That's why he knew. Until the finals, there wasn't no pressure on him.
But there's always pressure on him in the East.
No,
because the expectation of him getting to the finals is there.
Yeah, but I don't think that's no pressure because I feel to him in his mind there's no pressure because he knew those teams couldn't beat him. That's why I say in his mind.
But he know that the East was pretty hard for him last year without having nobody last year, even without Kyrie and Gordon Hayward last year.
And he still
took 7 games. No, you're right.
He did take 7 games.
But it shouldn't have. But then again, with the team he had. I mean,
but I don't think that was. I think he had fun doing that. I think the worst he felt was game 1 of the finals.
Really?
Yeah, I definitely because.
Oh, absolutely.
The JR shit. He had 50.
He
He had 50 plus. He had 50 like 4 or 55 or something like that.
Oh yeah, he played. Yeah, I think that was. The most upset for him.
And I feel like that's still on him too.
What?
That finals game, that game 1, because no matter what you say, Kobe's taking that shot. Jordan's taking that shot. Dwayne Wade would take that shot.
What's up?
He passed the ball to fucking George Hill and he missed the free throw. He missed the second free throw.
Oh, is that?
No matter what nobody say, those guys are taking that shot. I don't care what nobody says. If it's a good basketball player or not, those guys are taking that shot. Carmelo taking the shot. Chris Paul taking the shot. Harden taking. No, Chris Paul is there now, so Chris Paul is taking that shot. Chris Paul is more of a gamer than Harden is, big time.
Yeah.
What about your boy in OKC?
Who? KD or Russell?
Russell.
Come on. If KD's there, he's taking the shot. That was their problem.
You got George Paul.
Paul George. Russell's taking the shot.
Yeah.
Russell's taking the shot. You saw Game 6 last year where he had 2 points.
Yeah.
He had 2 points in Game 6.
Paul
Close
George,
out. Yeah. So Russell's. You know what I'm saying? Like those guys, Tim Duncan taking the shot.
Yeah.
Well, Mano might take a shot, but
Yeah, actually.
but George Hill is not Mano. George Hill is not Tony Parker.
Okay, but do you have Tim Duncan passing it to Mano to take the shot?
Like I said, he's not even Big Shot Bob.
Oh, you got it, but you got to give it up. You got to give it up for Big Shot.
But that's
Bob.
what I'm saying. That's
gotta,
exactly what I'm saying. So these guys you pass the ball to, because they're not passing to Rick Fox. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's no shot at LeBron. I hope he does great this year. But in big moments, no matter what nobody say, yes, it's the right basketball play. Yes, it's the right basketball play.
Okay.
It is the right fucking basketball play every day of the week. It's the right basketball play. But unless you got a guy like Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Robert Horry, even a D Fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I saw D Fish. He took it. I was thinking about his shot.
04. Point 04.
.04.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like George Hill, these guys are not. I would have passed it to JR before I would have passed it to him. Because JR is one of the biggest tough shot makers to ever play this game.
You don't know how much time is on the clock.
That don't matter. He's gonna shoot the ball.
He'll
shoot the ball. Even if he got 3 guys guarding him, he will shoot the ball. And sometimes he'll make that bitch. Yeah. Everybody but George Hill, man. Like I would not pass that ball. You drive on Steph and you get a layup or a foul. You get a layup or a foul. Or you take it, or you pull up. Okay, so then but this is for you. You want that legacy. You want everybody to stop doubting you. Those are those moments. I understand he's been clutch, all that type of shit. He was clutch against the baby dinosaurs. He was clutch.
The baby dinosaurs?
Yeah, he was clutch against them.
The Raptors?
Yeah.
Look, he on real estate.
Yeah, no, that's his gym. Okay. Then last year.
Hold on. My question is,
what's up?
Is what's the name who plays for San Antonio now?
Okay, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, DeRozan. Is he still gonna disappear when he play LeBron? Is it like?
No, I think it's a different. I think it's a difference now. I think Pop is gonna be good for DeMar DeRozan.
I think so, but do you think they'll make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they make the playoffs.
So you don't think DeRozan is somewhat scared? Because now LeBron is in the West.
I don't think so.
No, I think Pop is such a good coach. He can coach around that. I think Pop is going to instill more confidence in him. I think he's going to play a lot better under Pop.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, I think Pop is one of those coaches. Pop is just one of them coaches, man. Like he can get anybody to play good. Like he's just one of those guys. You see guys go to Pop, and then you see what they do after Pop, like Thiago Splitter. Like, what the fuck did he ever do?
That Simmons guy.
Yeah, like what the fuck did these guys ever do after Pop? So I think Pop is one of those guys that you go to Pop. Patty Mills. I was a big Patty Mills fan out of St. Mary's.
When he first came out.
Out of St. Mary's, I was a big Patty Mills fan, but Pop turned him into a starting caliber point guard. He's not the guy you would pick over anybody else. But if you have the need to start him, he can start and be effective as a starting point guard on the offensive side. So I think he'll be fine. And yes, I think they'll make the playoffs.
Okay.
I think Memphis is going to be better because Conley is back. Maybe Chandler Parsons has a decent year this year.
Dude, I don't even want to hear that.
maybe he finds his game.
A little video where they do taking pictures.
Yeah,
he got a shape, dude. Look like he just sat on the couch the whole summer.
Maybe.
I mean, the dude ain't been himself since Houston.
Nigga, since motherfucking Florida. Since fucking Florida.
Wow. He just looks fat, dude. He just looks fat.
But maybe he finds himself. Because he used to be a motherfucking G.
Yeah, and then he got paid. And then it was like, that's it. That's crazy to me.
So let's predict the finals.
Okay,
let's predict the Final Four.
Final Four.
Excuse me.
It's not basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah,
NBA basketball. Conference finals. Both.
Boston and Philly.
Okay. I don't think you can sleep on Toronto, man.
That's what I was thinking about.
I think Toronto's gonna be good.
I think they may be decent, but I don't think
that's a good little starting five.
And if Jimmy Butler go to Milwaukee, what? Yeah, it's been they was talking about trading for Chris Middleton. So that's an if. I'm just saying.
It was hard to say. I'll just say the West. Well, I guess we shouldn't say the West. I'll just say Boston and Golden State. I can't give you two more.
You can't give me four that you think. Like this is not. You don't have to be. You don't have to be right. I just need y'all to pick four teams. Two from the East, two from the West. East. Okay.
You got Golden State, and I'm gonna go with Houston.
Okay.
Who you gonna go with? Yeah, I guess I'll go with Houston too.
I'm gonna go to LA.
I know you're taking LA.
Boston, and I'm gonna go with Philly. I'm gonna go with Philly too, but I'm not gonna sleep on Toronto.
Yeah.
Or Milwaukee.
I think things aren't finished enough.
If Milwaukee gets Jimmy Butler, I'm going Milwaukee and Boston. I think Boston is
the team to beat coming out of the East.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah. They look, man, that squad is crazy.
Like, they hit the first 7-8 shots.
Their squad is crazy because they deep though.
Yeah,
like they got 10 quality players on that fucking basketball team.
Yeah. Like you can sit 5 down and put 5 in.
They got 10 quality basketball players in that team.
What I'm saying?
I think Golden State just got 4
of the best.
You got 4 Hall of Famers. 5.
Yeah.
I think DeMarcus Cousins will go down into being a Hall of Famer. He was 26 and 12 for his whole career.
Draymond leaving him out.
No, Draymond to go. Draymond going too.
Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Draymond in the Hall of Fame sooner or later just because of his presence on defense.
That's fair.
With the defensive player
he's like the utility knife on their team. He can score, he get assists, he get a rebound.
So
he plays defense.
You got player. 5 potential Hall of Famers.
Right. He'll start in 5.
He'll start in 5 when DeMarcus Cousins come back.
Yeah. That's hard to beat. That's hard to beat.
So
you know what?
That's just
it would be crazy
stupid, honestly.
If they broke the regular season record this year.
Yeah, that would be ill.
That'd be crazy if they broke the regular season record because then you really do expect them to win the championship.
I'm already expecting them to win the championship. They can go 42-40, and I expect them to win the championship.
Yeah, literally sick guys every other game.
They can be. This is what they said, and I think they ball out this year because I think this is. Steph Curry said it. He said this the last ride or something like that. The last hurrah, whatever.
Yeah, hurrah.
And Steve Kerr said this may not be the
He doesn't want it to be.
Yeah, but that was telling to me. Somebody's leaving.
Somebody bouncing.
Yeah, because you don't just say that. You don't just say it. Because nobody expected you to say that.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like that was you gave that information out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna go and ball out. They're gonna go and show their ass this year. And I think they might disrespect people this year. Even though they usually, but they're gonna put it on Houston.
Yeah, I think they really gonna
put it on Houston.
Yeah, they're
gonna like y'all niggas don't have a shot.
Especially by the time Cuz get back.
Oh man. He gonna bully Clint Capella.
Yeah.
Houston, and then they're gonna show LeBron too. They play the first game's on Christmas, and then they play on my birthday. So I'm hyped about that.
When's your birthday? 22nd, 23rd.
Man, like I believe you. Look, for all my life, this nigga was like, "When your birthday?" And he really didn't know. Like,
I got it.
Eventually,
Yeah.
Eventually, like that's finally, nigga.
You around the 21st.
Finally, though.
I got
This nigga, it was fucking 20 years for this nigga got my birthday.
All right.
But I used to get their birthday confused all the time because they got, him and my mom got the 6th and the 10th in August, same month, which is crazy. 4 days apart. So for a long time, it used to be, who's the 10th, who's the 6th?
That's interesting.
But that's because y'all 4 days apart. Mine is, I'm the only one in a cold month.
No, you're not.
Yes,
now.
I am.
Not now. I say not now.
Out of your kids?
Oh, yeah. Out of most of y'all.
Out of your kids, I'm the only one in the cold month.
My other kids, yeah.
Nah. Shut up, nigga. Anyways,
yeah.
What
what other topic we got? We got the Kanye shit.
What Kanye do now, man?
He just talking. Man.
He did something wrong.
He did the Colin Kaepernick with the MAGA hat.
Oh, yeah.
You're great.
He said, did he really say that
The
slavery
13th
should be reinstated?
No, what he said was, and I think people, he said the 13th Amendment should be abolished, which is, he said it's where you can't have, the 13th Amendment is where you can't have slavery unless you like go to jail or something like that, or you do something wrong. Oh, let me pull up the 13th Amendment on top, so I have it for, and y'all can talk while 13th Amendment says, it states, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for a crime. Because I knew y'all.
He didn't really mean it.
I know.
He didn't really mean
I
it.
just. I knew y'all niggas wouldn't have nothing to say. The last podcast, I'm asking y'all a question, and y'all said, "Oh, okay," and then wanted to fucking talk. Like, fuck out of here, y'all niggas not. Look,
That was funny. I'm sorry.
Look,
look. If I'm about to go look some shit up, y'all know y'all got the floor.
yeah, he didn't go ahead and
I heard
He said y'all
Kim
can.
Kardashian
He said
was on
y'all
a
can
reality
talk.
show, and they asked her. That was funny. She was talking, I guess, Chloe, and she was just talking about how it's been a tough time with Kanye, and she was saying that he got mad at me because. What did she say? She said he didn't like the Band-Aid that she was trying to give him because he cut his finger, and he got upset, and they got into an argument, some shit like that.
I'm tired of them niggas, man. All that shit is like scripted, bro. Like I was listening to
It's so fucking annoying.
I was listening to it was either Vince Staples or it was some, I think it was Vince Staples, and this nigga was like, he went to their house for dinner, like just to talk to Kanye, and he goes in and they were like, they put the cameras on, like, let's have a family dinner and shit like that. And then everybody's sitting at the table, and we're gonna put up for like Facebook in the show, we're all gonna say grace and shit like that. And they say the grace, and they were acting like they were having a family dinner. And then after they done saying grace, they turned the cameras off. Everybody went their own way. I'm like, all that shit is scripted, bro. Like, I don't put no script, I don't put no weight into nothing they do on that fucking TV show, bro. Like, how can your whole life
I don't
be
even
scripted?
try to
man?
watch that shit.
Hell no.
But Rachel loves that shit.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I believe you.
constantly. I be like,
Stop banging on the table.
my bad.
Thank you.
Just had to.
13th Amendment. 13th Amendment. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. I think that's the part he was talking about, because he didn't say the whole 13th
Say it
Amendment.
again, huh?
Well, listen.
I'm listening.
You on your phone.
No, I'm listening.
Now you listening? Now you listening? You want the headphones so you can hear it twice, nigga?
Maybe.
Goddamn.
Maybe.
Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or in any place subject to their jurisdiction. I think that's the part he was talking about, because he didn't say abolish the whole 13th Amendment. But I stopped following this nigga. He got on my nerves. He been saying a whole bunch of stupid shit, and the Colin Kaepernick and MAGA hat thing is just throwing me off, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? He said he changed the brim on the hat, on the MAGA hat. Like, what the fuck does that mean that you changed the brim on the MAGA hat?
So it wasn't the straight brim, I guess. I mean,
but what does that mean? What does that mean? Did you change the energy on the MAGA hat? Like, how can you control energy on the hat? How can you control energy in the first place? How can you control the energy that I feel from a hat? Because you changed the brim. That was where all the energy was at, in the brim, not in the Make America Great part, just the brim. Okay, so and the only thing I understood why he said not the whole 13th Amendment, just parts of it. It needs to be redone. So that's the part I was thinking he was talking about. But I think his problem is he's not clear on what the fuck he be talking about. He just be saying shit. Just like he cleared up the slavery was a choice comment. Mm-hmm. He cleared that up. But he don't be clear in what he be talking about. And then the other shit he do is just like, bro, what the fuck are you motherfucking doing, bro? What are you trying to do with the MAGA hat and the Colin Kaepernick shirt? Like, what are you trying to do? Those two don't go together. And they not trying to stand together. Donald Trump is a dickhead, and you still fucking. He was doing his Yandy CD, or his Yandy. We were supposed to drop on like last Friday.
Last Saturday, I thought.
Saturday, right? Last Saturday, and he was in there with a bunch of people that don't even look like they listen to rap, bro. I'm like, what is this nigga doing, man? Like, he be saying a whole bunch of stupid shit. So I had to unfollow this nigga, bro. I couldn't. Like, my thing is like, why do you keep shitting on somebody that you follow? Like, just stop following them. That's my shit. Like, I'm not about to follow you if I don't fucking agree with nothing you talking about. So I unfollowed this nigga, man. And I don't even think I'm gonna listen to Yandy. I'm not gonna give it a chance. I mean, I'm gonna give it a chance. I take that back. I'm gonna give it a chance just because I listen to music. I listen to a bunch of shit. So I'm gonna give it a chance. But I'm not gonna buy his shit. Hell no. I'm gonna try to bootleg that shit. Somebody give it to me out the back of their trunk.
People still selling shit out the back.
Maybe somebody probably got that shit.
That's funny.
Fuck that shit. Fuck the new Kanye.
That sounds like some shit I would say. Give me something out the back of your trunk.
Fuck the new Kanye, man. Like, man, he meant so much to our people with the Donald Trump. Not Donald Trump. He don't care about us, but George Bush doesn't care about us. Shit, when the Katrina shit was happening, his music, it used to mean so much, and now it just don't mean nothing no more. His music don't mean shit. What he stand for don't mean shit, and it's just sad to see him. One of the people that it looked like he would never do us wrong. He constantly keep doing us wrong, man, just to sell some shit. He say whatever he want just to sell some shit, bro. Like, what are you talking about, my nigga? Nothing you say. Not most of the shit you say. I'm not gonna say nothing you say, but most of the shit you say means nothing. You just saying shit, bro. And I know you on your meds or off your meds or whatever, but nothing you saying means shit, bro. Not for us, anyway.
Right.
Any thoughts on Kanye?
Yeah. He's doing the best he can.
Right.
And I think you should cut him some slack.
Keilah, what you got? What you got, Keilah? We're going to try again.
For me, it just don't seem the same anymore. And like you said, it's even starting to show in his music. Like, it's not the same music that you're used to hearing with Kanye. Like, so crazy. I was just listening to one of his older albums, Diamonds from Sierra Leone. I was listening to
that was like Rich.
Yeah, and I was just listening to it, what he was saying, and it just made me feel different.
Yeah, and
hearing what I'm hearing about Kanye now is almost like you said, you don't even want to hear anything else he has to say.
Yeah, I just don't follow that nigga. Like, I kill people for like why do you people follow somebody and shit on their profile and shit on their pictures if you don't like nothing they doing? Like, why do you follow those people? Right. And I couldn't be that person that I say every time when I see that shit. So I unfollow this nigga, bro. Because I had nothing good to say about this nigga.
It's good.
I have nothing good to say. I have nothing good to say. I don't want to see nothing he doing.
But here's the thing, and I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. You know, although I got to be honest, I've never been a huge fan of Kanye.
That's fair.
Some of his stuff. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple of songs I've liked. You know what I'm saying? But just as him being a huge fan, you know, being a fan of his overall, you know, he's just never been that to me.
He's created some of the greatest songs.
I'm not saying he hasn't, okay. You know, but I'm just saying
from some of your favorite artists too, just so you know.
Yeah,
So
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
What I'm just saying is that overall, as I've watched him over the years, I think what we seeing now is always who he's been.
I think it changed after his mom died.
You know what? I don't think what I think happened is that his filter was removed after his mom died.
No, I don't think. See, the thing, I don't think he ever had a filter, but I think he had different people around him.
Right.
I think that's what changed him. He had different people around him.
I don't think it.
Because I think Kanye was always that. Kanye was the Kanye he was back then. He got different people around him. His mom dying now, and this was something that I saw and I heard some people talking about. The Kardashians, all the women in their family, are doing something great. Millionaires, 100 millionaires. But Rob, look what happened to him. Fat, fucked up. Bruce.
He disappeared. He's gone.
He's literally gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Kanye, mental, got something mentally going on with him now. It just seemed like all the men that they fuck with, Lamar,
I was trying not to say that.
Damn near killed himself.
I was really trying not to go there, but yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something with the Kardashian women.
I don't think. Because
Thompson.
what's the name? Howard. the other guy
Who
married Kim first, who played in the NBA.
Yeah, that was 72 days, and he got the fuck out of there.
See, he got out.
Okay,
Chris Humphries?
Chris Humphries.
Yeah, Chris
He was
Humphries.
trash, but I got you.
But he got out.
He got out, and he had a couple good seasons in there.
Damn. I don't remember. I got
Hey,
you.
but that's not even the point. But they got out. James Harden got the fuck out of there.
He got the fuck out of there.
Tristan Thompson is clearly doing
Ben
whatever the fuck
Simmons.
he want to.
Ben Simmons got the fuck out of there, too.
got the fuck up out of
That
there.
was quick, too.
But Tristan Simmons is doing whatever the fuck he want to do.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I'm saying? Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, he don't really give a fuck.
Either he don't give a fuck or I don't know what's
He
going
just
on.
got caught again.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He clearly don't give a fuck. So, to me, the men, it's something that they doing that's fucking them up. Cause it's too many. What's the name got it? He couldn't stand him. Courtney's husband.
Oh, yeah.
Scott.
He
did-
got up out of there.
He got the
was
fuck
there
up
for a
out of
while.
there. Fresh Montana started fucking with them. It's something about them that their shit is on point. But why are all the men so fucked up out here?
They with the Illuminati.
Man, maybe I don't know. There's something going on.
Yes,
There's something going on
Yeah,
with them.
they stealing your soul. Hold on.
Maybe
What's that movie?
they stealing their souls. I was happy for LO to
not a
start
B
back
movie,
playing
though.
basketball.
No, it is a big movie. It just
No,
came out.
I meant to say B movie.
with Jordan Peele.
Get
Oh,
out.
Get Out.
Get Out.
That's where Get Out came
Yeah,
from.
that-
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
I believe it. Yeah, LO. Yeah, but yeah, I believe it because it's crazy. Man.
Based
I
off their lives,
saw this other thing about the Kardashians. Since we talking about the Kardashians, that I don't understand. I don't understand why women fuck with them so much because they're selling. It's like they're selling body image and they're selling. You're kind of what women are depressed about. They're selling body image. They're selling makeup that you need all this makeup to look prettier. You need to have this body that they buy.
Right.
They buy these bodies
Oh, absolutely.
that you should have.
From the lips to the hips.
From the lips to the hips. They buy these bodies that you should have that they say you should work for. Like Chloe has a show called Revenge Bodies, and she bought her body. It makes no sense. And these people eat the shit up. Like I never understand that. And instead of these women being told that they're beautiful, one of the most glorified people in the world, they're telling you, oh, you need this makeup, you need to be airbrushed, you need to buy bigger boobs, you need to buy and all the and Nick. I was listening to Cannon talk, and they're like these people they're insecure.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
all these people are insecure. All they're doing is feeding these women insecurities
Right.
and making them more insecure.
You're right.
And we need to boycott the Kardashians. They're not good for women
No.
at all.
That's fact.
Not even a little bit. No matter what you say, if you feel like if you're a little bit ugly, I'm gonna buy all this makeup to cover my face, to cover my actual face. I'm gonna buy all this makeup, which you're probably already kind of pretty. You're probably already kind of pretty, beautiful. But now that they wear all this makeup, or they fill their lips in, or all the shit that they do because they're so popular, I'm gonna do it too. They don't promote nothing good for us. They promote bad eating habits. They promote, like I said, the Revenge Body. That's the craziest fucking thing. How can she have a show named Revenge Bodies when the bitch bought it. She bought her body. How is that a revenge body when you're on there talking about a show where you're working out on? How can you promote a revenge body, bruh?
Well, because it's a nice body.
No, get the fuck out of here, man.
It gets revenge for all those people who said.
Who said you look like a cow?
Yeah. You kind of harsh.
Well, they just piss me off, man. Like, I hate that people look for what the fuck have they ever done for anybody besides sold some makeup?
Yeah.
What have they done? Why do you want to look up to them?
Because they make money, and that's all that matters in America now. That's how we get America great again.
Everybody don't make that money doing what they do.
But you can, and that's the dream that they sell. Right there, is that you too can buy some fake tits, get your lips, injection.
Let's take out this loan to buy some fake tits.
That's right. You'd be amazed at how many people do.
No, I understand. I'm not amazed at all. I'm not amazed.
Some people do it who can't afford to do it.
And did you hear what I said? Let's take out this loan to buy some fake titties.
That's right.
To get some ass shots.
But your life will be better.
Says who?
Because you got fake tits. Okay. You got a fat ass.
But you'll always be insecure. You're always gonna be insecure.
Not when you get 100,000 likes off your picture. See,
okay, yeah, I get you. But deep down inside, you will be insecure. You're always gonna be insecure.
I know. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm for the people. People, no, stop. People think like you. People not like how you think.
I don't really
people
think this way.
How you talk. People think of what you're saying. People think that.
Yeah.
That's not real.
100,000 likes.
That's not real. That's not real shit. There are plenty of women out there that are doing it the right way. That promote a healthy body image.
Right.
That promote them being themselves.
Right.
That promote that you are beautiful
really
for who you are. Yes.
With themselves.
Or that will work. That mean that and if they're not, they're actually working to be what they want to be.
Right.
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong. As we have this conversation,
that's what I'm saying. It's plenty of women out there.
You go out there and some people go under the knife because they need these changes.
They need them. Yeah. They physically healthy. Yes.
They actually
health-wise.
Yeah, health-wise.
Yes.
Need these changes.
Yes, that's the difference.
And I understand that. I respect that. And then some people have them because they say, you know what? It just make me feel good about myself.
I get you. It goes with self-love.
I'm not knocking that either. If that's what makes you feel good about yourself, then that's what makes you feel good about yourself. I'm for anything that makes you feel better about yourself. The question is, does it really go? At the end of the day, are you truly feeling better about yourself? Not, if at the end of the day, after you done put on the makeup and you done put the hair in, you done put the weave in, and you done, did everything else that you can possibly do to yourself, are you okay? When you stand there, you look in the mirror, are you good? Because that's the person, regardless to whether a man loves you or not, whether he looks at you or not.
It's all about you at the end of the day.
When you look in the mirror, that's the person who you need to be okay with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't okay there, that's probably why you're not getting the attention and the love that you really seek.
Because it's when people I feel like what women don't understand is that yes, we want you to look as beautiful as possible, but we care less about, and I hear a lot of women say they're not doing it for us, but we care less about the makeup and shit.
Right.
We care less about the fake titties.
Hold on.
The biggest ass. We care less about that shit than the loyalty.
Right. I agree with you.
Than you being our comfort.
Right. Drake said, "What hair
Hold
tied,
on,
chilling with no
you
makeup on?"
You can't use a Drake line if I can't use a Drake line. He killed me for using the Drake line. Right? Didn't he kill me for using the Drake line?
Sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on.
Okay. But yeah, I feel you. It's real. Like I don't think they understand that shit.
It's so crazy because,
and look, women, we love you. Like this is not it's not like a self-hate or self-hate talk. This is a self-love promotion from us as black men.
And I'm sure
we love you.
And I'm sure you guys probably already touched on this, but I'm gonna just say it anyway. It's just what they see now. That's what it's like. And it's not just the Kim Kardashian. That's Black China. I mean, the list goes on from the different women. Nicki Minaj. I mean, how many people look up to Nicki Minaj? Cardi B. I mean, they're not natural. None of them. I mean, Rihanna, fine, but a lot of these women, they get the fake, the fake titties, the fake butt, and these are who women look up to. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it's Kim Kardashian, but it's also these other women.
Yeah. But that family is the most powerful.
Right.
Who promotes it the most? Who promotes it the heaviest?
But it's everywhere.
But because the thing was, I saw this video from this woman, and she was breaking it down about how they don't really promote self-love.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, they don't really promote self-love, and they're saying that they do, but it's false. You should boycott them. And this is another woman, and this is why I felt the need to touch on it, because it's not. I'm not coming out and just saying shit on the Kardashians, even though I feel this way. I agree with her, but like I said last week, we need more women to talk like this. We need more powerful, prominent women like Alicia Keys, who she boycotts her makeup because her face is as beautiful as it is without the makeup, with the makeup. All the blemishes or not blemishes or whatever she has on her face, she wears it and she wears it proudly. And that's how you should. I'm not saying don't wear no makeup or whatever. You can wear makeup, you cannot wear makeup. I'm just saying love yourself. Don't wear all this makeup because you think you're not as pretty as the next girl, or you think you got something that the other girl probably don't have. Yeah. Nobody's perfect. We all got things that make us us. That make us perfect to be us. So we all need to love ourselves a little bit more. But we love you, women. That's why we're talking about this, because we love you. Absolutely. We love you the way we do, the way you are. Each and every last one of you. And we want you to love yourselves and fuck the Kardashians. Fuck them.
Really, dude. That's the message there. Fuck the Kardashians.
Fuck the Kardashians.
I won't go that far.
I'm going that far.
I won't go that far.
The next topic, did y'all hear the Carter 5?
What?
The Carter 5.
Yeah, I did. Matter of fact, I listened to it with you.
Oh, you did listen to it.
Yeah.
You did listen to it. You listened to the whole thing with me.
Yeah,
you did.
I listened to it with you.
I liked a few songs. I saw a tweet, some guy who's big in music.
Okay.
He said it was disrespectful of the people around Lil Wayne for him to end up with them type of beats throughout the album. Just on my red. But for
what does that mean?
He thought the beats could have been better.
Production. What did you feel about the beats though?
No, that's what I was saying. I was just saying that's something I read about, but a lot of people was speaking on it. But for me, I liked a few songs. I think I've heard a lot of people saying it was really good and whatnot. I think part of it is that they hadn't heard anything from Wayne in a while.
Okay.
So they felt like anything he put out was going to be good for them anyway.
Right.
But for me personally, I liked a few songs. I think personally, it takes me a while. Like I have to go through an album probably about 3 times to really get a good understanding of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard so far, there's a few songs on there, and I like it for so far. But I think it hasn't really made me feel the way a lot of people feel. I'll say that.
I listened to it, and it's all right. That's all. Okay. I mean, it's not one song that I heard off of there that had me wanting to sing the hook or wanted me to play
back.
it, put it on repeat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I haven't felt like that
when and I know myself, when you had a song that's popping to me, I put it on repeat. I gotta hear that again
every day.
Gotta hear that again. Gotta hear it on my ride into work. Gotta hear it on my ride home. I gotta hear it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not one.
I haven't felt like that quite yet either.
I found a couple songs like that. Dedicate was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. I like
it was fire.
Dedicate was okay.
Dedicate was fire. And he was and the thing what I liked about it, he went back to, we have all this music that
I know what you're saying.
That is just a bunch of bullshit that they not saying nothing, which is cool for what it is.
I like this.
But he's rapping
lyrically in that,
and he's rapping like he's rapping and he talking about shit.
Yeah.
Dedicate, it was crazy. I fuck with that one. I fuck with What About Me. It was I think 9 on there. The song. It was a song after Nicki Minaj, the Nicki Minaj feature, which that's okay. But the thing with me and Nicki Minaj, I'm not ever convinced by her singing. So when she sings, it's like, why is she singing? Because to me she can't sing. I've listened to her live. and I've never heard her sing an actual hold a note. And when she sings on a song, it's just like, come on. But I like the song after that. And that song was okay, but I like the song after that. What About Me? And then another standout was he was telling another story. It was crazy because he was telling the story that what's her name? Corinne Stephens. She told a story about how if she's with a guy that she would go meet Wayne.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah, Mona Lisa.
I knew because that was.
But they actually told that story, and if you listen to the lyrics, she's told this story.
Right.
And I think that song came out. That song was written back then when she told that story.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I was listening to that song. I was like,
and it's dope.
Wow.
It was lyrically crazy. Mm-hmm. The song was lyrically crazy, and it was true.
Yeah.
So it was dope to me. That one, and then let it all work out. It's called Let It All Work Out. Okay. And he's talking about how he shot himself and stuff like that. That was kind of deep to me. So that one was dope to me. That was the last song on the album. So I feel like it's songs on there that are standouts, but it's a lot of album Wayne. And I've never been an album Wayne guy. I've always been mixtape Wayne. I love everything he does on mixtapes. Any mixtape he puts out, I say that's fucking fire. His best music to me is Drought 3, No Ceilings. That's the best music he's ever done. All mixtape shit. Besides the Carter 2. But that's the best music he's ever done to me, in my opinion. Everybody's gonna probably kill me for that, but that's how I feel. I feel like that's the best rap he's ever done. Because every one of them songs is fire lyrics all up and down those songs. So to me, my opinion, he's never been the great album guy. He always has great singles.
Fair. Yeah.
He always has great singles. He always has one or two cuts that you're gonna be like, that shit is crazy. It's a raw ass song right now. And I feel like it's dope that he was able to use songs from 2015, 2014, and it still be quality music, even if it's not in the time of today, where we have music is consumed so crazy, it's consumed so fast.
Yeah.
He was able to put out 23 songs, and maybe they weren't all great songs. He had enough standouts to me to make this album better than majority of the music that comes out today.
That I don't want to argue.
That's fair. I definitely think there were some standouts in there, and I definitely know I need to go back. And
like everybody loved the Uproar song. I like the Uproar song because of the beat, but I don't like the Uproar song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like it's a raw beat. I don't like the song though.
Yeah.
I hate that song. The only thing I like about the song is it made me go back and listen to Special Delivery.
Yeah.
That was because it was a Special Delivery song, right. But it made me go back and listen to that song, which the song I actually like that song.
Yeah.
I fuck with that song. It made me go back and download that song. So that's the reason I fuck with the Uproar song. I don't like the song. It's not a good song to me.
That's definitely fair.
It was like some mixtape shit he did. He literally sampled the whole track, except for a little bit of the bass line. And it's crazy. He about to sell like 500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they got him projected at 534 or something like that. Which is that's like one of the biggest albums of the year. 500,000. It's one of the biggest albums of the year. Yeah. That's up there with Kendrick, and the Kendrick dropped this year. That's up there with J. Cole. So that's with Drake. That's big. Anything else y'all got? Anything else y'all want to talk about?
What about? Did we talk about Donald?
What you want to talk about, Donald?
What was the last thing he said? He was making fun of the lady who he was making fun of the lady over the weekend who came out against Kavanaugh.
Okay.
Do you think it's I guess correct that our president is cracking jokes like this?
Man, this guy is a fucking joke. He's a fucking ass clown, an ass hat. That's what he is, man. He's a fucking ass hat.
Okay, now he cracked jokes on her, but he made a statement. Tell me what you think about this statement that he made.
Okay.
He says he's scared for young men today.
And yes, I'm scared for young men today too. Just because.
Go ahead.
Why he say he's scared for young men today?
No, he said it because of the same thing, which is simply somebody can make a statement and it ruin your life. The problem I have is that I hate agreeing with him.
Yes, I hate agreeing. You're right. I hate having because
he say something, and you know how they say a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yes, I agree with
this.
That
is that you just happen to say some shit
that
damn it, I agree with him.
Because he's not the first person to say that. Right. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast and they broke that down. Like anything, we really don't know what sexual assault is nowadays. Right. I'm not saying that people are not out here raping and
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That stuff is happening, that is real, and that should always be taken very serious. But what the fuck is sexual assault nowadays? Because a girl can say the same exact thing to a man and it's brushed off as whatever.
Right.
Same exact explicit shit to a man and it's brushed off as whatever. And y'all can even been having a flirty conversation and a flirty relationship. And one time you say something that she doesn't like, it goes to HR, it's sexual assault. Right. Even after past history.
Maybe not sexual assault, but sexual misconduct or sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment, my fault. Sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment.
It goes to that. And that's always on your record. Everybody, if you call and they know, well, he had this situation going on. There was somebody that put in that he sexually harassed them. Like that's always there, and it's no, just like child support. It needs to be. It's too much gray. It's too much gray in there. That I get that sometimes you feel uncomfortable, and sometimes there are men that do stuff that they shouldn't do. So those men should be, if it's really like clear cut, boom, 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 because I can't say everything that a man has done is always sexual assault, because anything can be sexual assault now. It don't matter what it is. If they say they're uncomfortable, then they're uncomfortable and you're in trouble.
But I think the bigger problem, it's a problem all the way around. But I think the idea that we shouldn't question the woman.
Yeah. And that's crazy. That's just crazy.
And the idea that simply because it's been stated, something needs to happen to the man.
Okay, and that's why I fuck with Remy Ma so much. She's on this show called State of the Culture.
Right.
And she is the one that's all the time coming out after all these black women that have said this, just like the Drake thing. This girl said that he raped her and she was suing him, and then she dropped the lawsuit, so he sued her. Every nigga can't do that.
Right.
Every nigga can't file. Every nigga can't go to court and sue a girl that falsely claimed that she raped her. And until
go ahead.
And until that is cleaned up, until we get better support, then this is what's going to keep happening.
I agree with you, but even on him suing her, 9 times out of 10, she financially ain't got shit.
Right, but it's
so what kind of punishment is she getting?
I get you. That's
you know
not
what
the
I'm
point,
saying? And it's not about getting the money.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's
doing it off principle. He's doing it
right. He's doing it off principle because he wanted to have it out there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same point in time, stuff like that. Look at what his name went through. Look at what his reputation been through.
Right.
In some people's eyes, he'll never be the same simply because that was put out there.
Right.
And they're going to always believe he paid her off. He did this. He did X. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's why he's suing her, because you can't.
There needs to be a bigger consequence.
Yes, it definitely needs to be a bigger consequence.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what Remy Ma was saying. Like, to get this to stop, you need to cap child support. And you need to make this shit so we can actually believe the ones, because if it's a punishment for doing this,
right?
I understand women always, well, this is why we don't say anything, because y'all don't believe us. It's too many women out here that is lying about it. So of course we're going to question it. Of course,
and it needs to be questioned.
For you to sit there and say it shouldn't be questioned, you should just believe a woman, is just not realistic.
And it's not fair. It's just not. It's not fair.
It's not fair to a man,
Simply because it comes out of your mouth,
I should believe it.
I should believe it. And not only should I believe you, and don't get me wrong, if that's your girl, then you should probably believe her.
Right.
That's your girl.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who don't know her. You have to show me.
But girls do fucked up shit like that too. And that will say some shit.
They will.
They put in a bad situation. Yeah, I'm put in a bad situation that now this nigga he did something to me that I don't like now. After I was fucking with him, and now I say this. You be lying. So it's too many situations to be like, I'm just gonna believe you because you said it. For this to happen, it needs to be a real punishment to lie about this because this is serious. It's not like it's a joking matter. And people go to jail for years over a lie.
Right. Yeah. And here's the thing. I'm not saying for the people, but for the women where there's a punishment involved, I want it to be a clear cut. You're lying. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If this is something where I can't prove it, he can't prove it, that's something different.
And remember, I was talking about, and I'm just happy that a woman is talking about this, so it's not like, I'm just out here just, man, we don't understand. This is a woman saying this.
Right.
She was like, she understands that it's hard to talk about, it's hard to deal with, it's hard to bring back up, it's traumatic, but you have to say something,
right?
And you have to say because not for you, for the next woman for you. This is about women, not just for you. It's for the women who are going to date that guy, because they were talking about this is what they were talking about. They were talking about the Queen and Parker McKenna. Mm-hmm. This is how this came up, because Parker McKenna was talking about how, or she hasn't said anything yet, but it came out that her ex-boyfriend was beating her up, bruised her face up, bruised her body up, and she said, and Queen came out and said, I tried to tell you, he I've been saying that he was beating me and stuff like that. People didn't believe me. Now this happened to her, and they were applauding the Queen girl for stepping up and saying that. And she says you have to talk about it. You have to say it, because 10 years later, man, I understand you that it was hard to talk about.
It's a traumatic experience.
Honestly, sweetie, it's hard to believe that.
Right.
Especially if it's somebody that's now famous, now in the public eye. It's just hard to believe it. Most people are not going to believe you.
Right.
So for your sake, for the next woman's sake that deals with this man, for you, you have to speak up. I know you don't want to speak up, but when you're scared about something and you do it anyway, that is the real meaning, the true meaning of courage.
Exactly.
So you have to step up. You have to say these things, and I'm just happy because it's different coming from women than coming from a man saying this. Because we will not saying that men don't get sexually harassed and all that type of stuff, but it's not as prevalent.
Right. That's the correct word.
So
that's the real word.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm not saying that it's the fuck you. It just doesn't happen as often, and it's not put in the spotlight as domestic or sexual assault from women to man to women. So yes, you have to talk about it, no matter what you say, no matter how you feel. And this is coming from a woman. This is not coming from my mom. I'm not making these words up to talk or just to have something to say about this. This is coming from another black woman that has dealt with the situation.
Right.
And she's dealt with the situation. So,
but you know what? And here's the thing. And
here is the thing.
When in my office, you got the water cooler talk.
Right.
And a lot of women of every nationality. This isn't just a black thing. It's women of every nationality.
Yes. I wasn't just speaking to black women.
That feel the same way, that think the same way, that are saying, it's hard to believe it after 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
You want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but they know other women who have said shit.
Yep.
Have gotten guys fired because they no longer like the guy.
Yep.
Or because
the guy didn't want to deal with it no more.
The guy didn't give them the promotion, so they went after his job with a sexual harassment claim.
Yep.
Or they was about to get fired, and this guy kept their job and got them some money and got paid out.
Yep.
Because they filed a sexual harassment claim. Yep. And there's nothing there.
And I was listening to Nick Cannon, and he was like, they dealt with that plenty of times. Like, just I was talking about the situation where they pay them out. They say this and they pay them out. It happens so often, like especially with like companies and rich people. They, no matter if you've done it or not, they will go ahead and pay the fine or pay the settlement. They will settle just because it's cheaper just to go ahead and pay it.
Right. And
it's cheaper to deal with it with all the scrutiny and all the big trial. Because Nick Cannon was talking about his nanny. He's had nannies that he said that